my dear warriors. I hope I'm audible and visible to all of you. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Welcome to the 200 plus top assertion and reason questions. Yes, hello JD, SS, Bisri, Srija, Shrusti, Krishna, Sebastian, Kanya, Hariharan, Unknown Gamer. Wow, Ashwin. Hello Sia, hello Laddu. Wow, nice to see all of you out here going live on your one and only Vedantu Neet English channel and the number one English channel in the country for Neet. So, good afternoon. So, we are going to do assertion based questions today of physics, then chemistry, and then biology. And since these are statement based questions, I want your complete focus and your engagement in the chat box. Because these are direct questions, most of the things you won't even have to lift your pen. So, just use your mind and probably see the answers in the chat box. You will get some idea. So, but don't just copy just because one person says A, everybody goes behind that person saying A. So, use your mind, use your brains and take some hints from the chat box and spam in the chat box, right? So, good afternoon, everyone. Hello, Kishore JK. So, let's begin. And by the way, we have completed block 1 yesterday of our the new series which we had launched, which is called as a block strategy, where we divide the entire syllabus in 4 categories and we basically guarantee 120 marks in every block, guys. So that's going to improve your score drastically like anything. So make sure you're attending the block videos. Block 2 starts on this Saturday. Okay, so let's begin with the class. And before we proceed, let me also tell you the most important thing. That is, if you are practicing for Neet and you want to give lots of mock tests, there are 2 options available with you, online and offline. Online, yes, you don't have to go anywhere. Offline, you can get the real feel because your final exam is, pen and paper based, and Vedantu is giving all these mock tests absolutely free of cost. The link is there in the description box for enrolling in the All India Mock Test Series. Exactly at the same time as your Neet exam. Both online and offline modes are available. How many of you have registered already? Raise your hands quickly. And if you're watching this recorded also, do let me know in the chat box or in the comments that yes sir, we have done it and I have registered for the offline or the online, mock tests. Because this is for you. Make use of this. Okay? Don't spend random places, random money. Okay, yes Krishna, most awaited session. All the warrior Pandus have assembled. Very good. So these are proper Neet new pattern based online mock tests, and you'll also get a Neet preparation kit at our offline centers if you are registered for the offline centers mock tests. Okay, so you'll get your performance analysis, everything in these mock tests. Keep that in mind. The link is there in the description box. Wow, very good Sony, very good Kishore. Very good Bikram, Priya, Yumiko, JDSS, Karthik, Rajesh, Krishna. Very nice, very nice. Keep it up. Lovely, guys. Nobody can stop you now from achieving your dream. Here is the first question coming up on your screen. So remember, you will have these kind of options. A is basically both assertion and reason are true. Reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. Option B will be both assertion and reason are true, but the reason is not the correct explanation. C is assertion is true, but reason is false. D is assertion is false, reason is true. E is both reason and assertion are false. Take a screenshot because these options won't be printed on the next slides. These options won't be printed on the next slides. Okay. So please take a screenshot of this so that you are not confused. Cool. Okay. Right. So let's get to the first question coming up on your screen, and here it is. A positive acceleration of body can be associated with a slowing down of the body. Acceleration is a vector quantity. What do you think? Yes, positive acceleration of a body can be associated with a slowing down of the body. Yes, can be, definitely. So, lot of people think positive acceleration means speed should increase. Nothing like that. It depends on the sign convention. So, if I'm increasing my speed, let's say I'm right now at 2 kilometers per hour, 4 kilometers per hour, 10 kilometers per hour, but my positive direction is this side, then my acceleration will be negative. Correct? Then my acceleration will be negative. Similarly, imagine my acceleration is positive, that means in this direction I'm accelerating, but let's say my speed is decreasing. That means I will be going in this direction. I'm going at 10 kilometers per hour, then 5 kilometers per hour, then 2 kilometers per hour. Speed and acceleration are in opposite directions, but acceleration is positive and the speed is reducing. So it is possible. Acceleration is a vector quantity, true, but this is not the reason for this. Come on, obviously. Hence, the answer will be both assertion and reason are true, but the reason is not the explanation. Oh, no. As many of you said D option. That is not correct, my dear warriors. No, D is not the correct option. Be very careful. Assertion and reason both are true. Obviously, acceleration is a vector quantity. Okay, moving on. Next, straight line motion is the natural tendency of the body. What do you think? Motion in a straight line is an example of a motion in one dimension. Well, straight line motion is natural tendency that comes from the Newton's first law. Any body which is not experiencing any force will continue going without changing the direction or the speed. So that is because of law of inertia. So yes, assertion is true. Motion in a straight line is an example of a motion in one dimension. Yes, but this is not the explanation. I mean, straight line motion is natural tendency. This is law of inertia. So law of inertia should have been the reason. Yes, B for Basvasaurus, sir, should be the answer. Just check it out. Is it B for biology? B, yes, for biology. B for Basvasaurus, sir. Yes, that is the correct answer. Okay, it is not the explanation. So that is B. Very good. Sushmita, Pratibha, Dharni, Swarishtrita, Dr. Sid, Ranjia, Krishna. Yes. Moving on to the next question coming up on your screen. Here it is. Okay. So there is a body which can have acceleration even if its velocity is 0 at a given instant of time. A body is at rest when it reverses its direction of motion. What do you think about it? A body can have acceleration even when the velocity is 0 at a given instant. Remember that example of you throwing a body on the towards the top. So the body goes up, velocity reduces at the topmost point, becomes 0, and then it reverses the velocity and comes down. At the topmost point, there is acceleration due to gravity, but just for a moment, the velocity is 0. So body is at rest when it reverses the direction of the motion. Exactly. If you remember, the body at the topmost point reverses the direction of the motion, and that is the exact place the velocity is 0. And yes, it can have acceleration. So it is explaining this point. Like you can see, my dear warriors. So hence, it should be basically option A, I believe. Both assertion and reason are true, and it is also explaining this particular option. SHM also, you can say that, yeah, the velocity is going to become 0 at the extreme ends. Acceleration is there, and wherever the body is at rest, when it reverses the direction, it is accelerating and the velocity is 0. So this is explaining that. You take the example of SHM or a projectile motion in the vertical direction. A for aim should be the answer, Ankita. Yes, very good. Okay, Beasley. So always remember, if you get confused, sir, I always get confused between option A and B, sir. I'll tell you, try doing this. Try seeing the entire statements rather, in one go. Like, read it like this. A body can have acceleration even if its velocity is 0 at a given instant of time, because a body, when it is at rest, it reverses the direction of the motion. Does it make sense? Yes. Okay, then option A. It doesn't make sense? Then it is option B. Try saying it in one go. That is the simple trick. Okay? If it makes sense, A. If it doesn't make sense, option B. Next one. A body with constant acceleration always moves along a straight line. A body with constant acceleration may not speed up. Oh my God, this is very interesting. This is very, very interesting. What do you say about it? Come on, think about it, my dear warriors. What do you think about it, my warriors? A body with constant acceleration always moves along a straight line, and a body with constant acceleration may not speed up. Come on, think. A body, when it is constant acceleration, always moves along a straight line. I think that is false. Like, the best example is of projectile motion. You throw a body at an angle, what happens? The velocity is changing the direction, the particle is going in a curved path, but acceleration due to gravity is always down. Acceleration due to gravity is always down. Correct? Yes or no? Perfect. Then a body with constant acceleration may not speed up. Is there any scenario where a body has some acceleration and it is not even speeding up? No. The moment there is acceleration, that's it. And that too it is constant. It will definitely, it will, oh, okay, wait, may not speed up, may not speed up. Imagine that scenario when you throw a projectile at an angle, acceleration is constant, and while going up, the speed is reducing. So it is not speeding up, it is speeding down. It is not speeding up, it is speeding down. Yes, yes. So definitely a body with constant acceleration may not speed up. Reason is true. Reason is true. A body with constant acceleration always moves along a straight line. That is wrong. Remember, but a straight line is constant. Yes, Sushrita. If a body is going in a straight line and it is not changing the direction, then acceleration is constant or may be constant. But if acceleration is constant, it may or may not be going in a straight line. If acceleration is constant, there are two scenarios. It might be going in a straight line, it might be going in a curved path like projectile motion. In projectile motion, acceleration due to gravity is constant. Keep this in mind. So hence, understand that reason is true, assertion is false. Reason is true, assertion is false. It does not make sense, okay? It is not even explaining it. Is that clear? So D option should be correct, okay? I think over here by mistake C is marked. Ignore this. Ignore this. Assertion is true, reason is false. No, this is not the right one. It is basically D, where reason is true and basically assertion is false. Is that clear, my dear warriors? Yeah. Is that clear, Suhashrita? Is that clear? Just because something is going in a straight line does not mean acceleration is constant. Also, just because it is accelerating constantly does not mean it is going in a straight line. When you throw a projectile motion, acceleration is down and it is constant, but it is going in a parabolic path. Okay. I feel Padyadi Keli, I think so. That should how it will be. See, Shwashrita, what they are saying is, if the acceleration is constant, it will go in a straight line. Who said it will go in a straight line? It can go in a straight line. It can go in 2D also. It's not saying if the body is going in constant acceleration and moving in a straight line, then something is happening. No. They're saying if the acceleration is constant, then it has to go in a straight line. No, that is not correct. Got it? Is that clear? Everyone? Let's move on. Two particles of different mass projected with same velocity and angle of projection. The maximum height attained by both the particles will be same. The maximum height of projectile is independent of the particle's mass. What do you think about it? Two particles different mass projected with same speed, same angle. The maximum height attained will be same because the maximum height of the projectile is independent of the particle's mass. Exactly, it is the reason. What's the formula? H is, what is the formula? H is u square sine square theta by 2g. H is u square sine square theta by 2g, correct? So that's it. There is no mass in it. So that is also true. This is also true. And it is also explaining there is no mass term in it. Okay. Got it? Very good. So assertion and reason both are true, but reason is also the correct explanation because the formula of height does not have the term mass. No, it is not B. It is option A. Remember, the formula is independent of mass. So even if the masses are different, height will not be affected. So it is explaining it. It is explaining it. Yeah. Correct? A for Andhra, A for Ames. Very good. Moving on. In order to hit a target, a person should point his rifle in the same direction as the target. Come on, this is very simple now. And then the horizontal range of the bullet is independent of the angle of projection with the horizontal. Come on guys, straightforward. Straightforward. If you are aiming for something, will you aim, if you want to hit the target, will you hit exactly or will you aim directly there? No, right? You will aim slightly higher. Just like when you are aiming for 600 or when you want to get 600 marks in Neet, will you target 600? No, right? You will target 680. When you want 650 marks in Neet, then will you target 650? No, you will target 700. So a lot of students ask us, sir, Do you think it is really possible? You are saying, sir, 700 marks, sir, 600 target, 650. Sir, give us a realistic target. Guys, understand. This is like projectile motion. Life is like a projectile motion. If you want something, you have to aim higher. Then even if something happens, something brings you down, you'll at least land there. So that's why always aim high is what I say. The horizontal range of the bullet is independent of the angle. Obviously, it depends. Range is maximum for 45 degree, it changes. So both statements are random. So it is going to be false. Is that right? No, it is not D. It is E. E sala cup namde. Yes, doctor said. E for E sala cup namde. Means RCB slogan it is. They say that this year the cup will be ours. So you should learn from RCB supporters. Even if the team does not win so many years, still we support. Still we have faith. So same way, even if you fail in mock test so many times, you should have faith that one day, Neet namde. That means in Kannada, it means that, one day or this year, the cup will be ours. So, or the Neet exam will be ours. Right? All right. Moving on to the next one. When static friction acts between two bodies, there is no loss of mechanical energy. When kinetic friction acts between two bodies, there is loss of mechanical energy. What do you guys say about it? What do you guys say about it? Yes. When kinetic friction acts between the bodies, then what happens? There is actual rubbing. Rub your hands, kinetic friction. There is loss of mechanical energy. Yep. Very good. Okay. Assertion. When static friction acts, there is no loss. Static friction, there is no motion. Energy is not being taken away. Mechanical energy loss is not there. So definitely what will happen? No energy loss. So this is correct. This is correct. But how is static friction being explained by kinetic friction? Doesn't make sense, no? Reason is not explaining the assertion. Reason is about something. Assertion is about something. So, but they are independently correct. So assertion, reason, both are true, but it is not the correct explanation. B for Basasaurus, sir. Perfecto. B for biology. Awesome. Isala government MBBS seat namde. Very good, Madhumita. I like that, Josh. In fact, that should be the comment after this video. Isala MBBS seat namde. Maybe you can put it up in your own language, in Telugu, Marathi, yeah, Tamil, anything. Yes. Moving on. If a body is trying to slip over a surface, then friction acting on the body is necessarily equal to the limiting friction. That's number one statement. And static friction can be less than the limiting frictional force. What do you guys think? So basically, over here, what do you see? Static friction can be less than the limiting frictional force. Yes. Limiting force is Fs max. The friction is a self-adjusting force. It can be much lesser than that. So definitely reason is true. What about assertion? If a body is trying to slip over a surface, the friction acting on the body is necessarily equal to the limiting friction. I feel if it is trying to slip, maybe it has not yet reached the limiting friction. It is probably less. You take an inclined plane, creep a block, you may increase the inclination, it tries to slip, but it does not slip. Increase the inclination, tries to slip, but does not slip. After angle of repose, it slips. So before that, the friction acting is not even limiting in nature. Correct? So basically, what should be the correct answer, my dear warriors? Yeah, assertion is false. Reasoning is correct. That should be the one, which is option D. D for Diksha ma'am. D for Diksha ma'am. Madhumita, my audio is not okay. Is that so? No, it is not Basasaurus, sir. It is Diksha ma'am. Yeah. Everybody can hear me loud and clear. Is it fine? Let's check. Okay, cool. Okay, moving on. A weightlifter does not work in holding the weight up, number one. Then the next part is a work done is 0 because distance moved is 0. A weightlifter does not do work in holding this weight. Remember in yesterday's session, Shreyas sir was holding the water can. How many of you remember this? How many of you remember this? In Diksha ma'am and Basa sir's class? No, I think in Gopika ma'am's class. Gopika ma'am wanted water. How many of you seen that video? I'm not sure. But we got water can for Gopika ma'am. That video is there. Somebody made a meme also on that. So, yes, if Shreyas sir was holding that water can, was Shreyas sir doing work? No. His displacement was not there. While lifting, yes. While bringing it down, yes. But while holding, that word holding is important. So there was no work done. So no work is done because distance moved is 0. Hence it is the correct reason. Yes, option A, guys. Yes, A for Ames. A for Ames. Very good, Luna, Priya. Many of you have seen. No, Suhashrita, it is the correct explanation because work done is force into displacement. Force into displacement. Keep this in mind. So displacement 0. That's why work is 0. It is correct. I think it's again the instructions. Okay, it's the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing, right? Both. Yeah, it's the same thing. Okay, fine. In a circular motion, work done by centripetal force is not 0 always. If the speed of the particle increases or decreases in circular motion, net force acting on the particle does not remain towards the center. What do you think? What do you think, guys? Okay. If the speed of the particle increases or decreases in a circular motion, net force acting on the particle does not remain towards the center. Makes sense. If the speed is increasing or decreasing, there is tangential force. Apart from centripetal, there is tangential force. So the net force is not going to be towards the center. It will be either in front or away from the center, not passing through the center. So yes, reason is going to be true because tangential force is there. Wow, very good. But what about in a circular motion, work done by centripetal force is not 0 always. In fact, assertion is wrong. It is always 0 because centripetal force is always towards the center. Particle's motion is perpendicular along the tangent. So when force and displacement are perpendicular, work done is always 0. It says not always 0. So assertion is wrong, reason is true. Assertion is wrong, reason is true. D for Diksha ma'am. No, both are not false, Madhumita. This is true. If the speed increases, see UCM, in uniform circular motion, force passes through the center. This is non-uniform circular motion. So in a non-uniform circular motion, centripetal is there and tangential is there. So the total force, the net force, see the word net force is there. The word net force is there. So it will not pass through the center. Got it, my dear warriors? Yep. D for Diksha ma'am is the correct answer. Moving on. Under the action of a conservative force of a constant magnitude, work done is path independent. Work done by the force of gravity is path dependent only near the surface of Earth. This is simple. This is the here you will need the knowledge of conservative and non-conservative forces. I mean, come on. Work done by the force of gravity is independent only near the surface of the Earth. What do you have to? Work done by the force of gravity is path independent only near the surface of the Earth? Wrong. It's everywhere. Gravity is a conservative force everywhere. So work done does not depend on the path. Not just near the surface, but even very far from the surface. So reason is definitely false. Next, under the action of a conservative force, constant magnitude, work done is path independent. What do you think about this? Under the action of a conservative force of constant magnitude like mg everywhere, work done is path independent. Yes, like if you take work done by a constant force like mg, it is independent of the work, independent of the path taken. So assertion is true, reason is false. Assertion is true, reason is false. So C for Captain Shreyas. Yes, Madhumita, reason is false. Yep. So I think the option marked over here is wrong. Some answers are wrong, guys, in this. While making the slides, somebody made a mistake here. So ignore that, but I am telling you the answers. Okay. Yeah. So obviously, this is not supposed to be only near the surface. It can be even very far from the surface. Gravity in general is independent work. Yeah. So C for Captain Shreyas. Next, moving on. Oops. In a particular frame of reference, law of conservation of momentum holds good. Momentum of a body will depend on the frame of reference. What do you think? What do you think? So in a particular frame of reference, law of conservation of momentum holds good. Momentum of a body will depend on the frame of reference. What is momentum? Mass into velocity. If I sit here, a particle might be moving, but If I sit somewhere else, maybe the particle is at rest. If I sit somewhere else and see the particle might be moving at different speed. So momentum depends on the observer. That means frame of reference. So it will depend on the frame of reference. That means reason is true. Reason is true. For a particular frame, law of conservation of momentum holds good. In a particular frame, what is that particular frame? Nothing has been mentioned. In a particular frame of reference, law of conservation of momentum holds good. What do you mean by particular frame? If you take any random frame, law of conservation of momentum holds good? No. Not all frame of reference law of conservation of momentum holds good. You have to ensure that in that frame, the net force is 0. Remember, the entire statement of law of conservation of momentum is when the net force on the body, including the pseudo force, is 0, then only the momentum is conserved. So it is an incomplete statement. Assertion is false, reasoning will be true. Yeah, that is the correct one. Assertion is false, reasoning is true. No, it is not option A. Please, please, please. Vector quantity will depend on the frame of reference. Yes, Madhumita. I mean, the angle made by the axis will be and the components will be, but the vector direction and the magnitude will not depend. A vector, if I am saying I am going this way, if I hold the frame like this or like this, it doesn't matter, the vector is still pointing here. But the components will change, the angles will change, but the magnitude and the actual direction will never change. Okay, so I hope this is very clear. So this was also very important, that the frame of reference needs to be mentioned, that the net force is 0. Only then this will hold true. Correct. Moving on to the next one coming up on your screen. Internal forces can change the momentum of the system. Internal forces can change the kinetic energy of the system. What do you guys say? Internal forces can change the kinetic energy of the system. Imagine I am holding this thing. I am floating in space or I am standing on a smooth floor. If I throw this particle will go here, I will go here. So there is a internal force. I am pushing it and this is pushing me back like a recoil, and both of us got kinetic energy. So internal force can bring in that kinetic energy change. Yes, the reasoning is true. Internal forces can change the momentum of the system. What do you think? Internal forces, can they change the momentum? Never. Only the external force can change the momentum of the system. Hello, Soumya. External force only. External force, not inside force. The whole system's momentum is conserved as long as external force is 0. Internal forces can be much more large, small, anything. So hence reasoning should be true. Assertion is false. Yes, correcto. Assertion is false. Such tricky and nice questions, isn't it? Yeah, internal forces will cancel each other. They cannot change the total momentum of the system. When we apply the principle of conservation of linear momentum in collision and explosion phenomena, even in the presence of external forces, during collision and explosion, net impulse on the system should be 0 to apply the principles of conservation of linear momentum. Yeah, come on guys. This is simple. This is simple. Start with the reasoning first. During collision and explosion, net impulse on the system should be 0 to apply the principle of conservation of linear momentum. It's not net impulse, it is the net force, not net impulse. Net force should be 0. So reason is false. The word impulse is incorrect. Okay, so reason is false. When we apply the principle of conservation of momentum on collision and explosion phenomena, even in the presence of external forces, yes, external forces may be there, but the net force should cancel out. So assertion is true, reason is false. As long as net force is 0, conservation of momentum is applicable. So assertion is true, reason is false, because here net impulse is mentioned, it should have been net force. Net force. Okay. Some of them are PYQs, Sarath, some of them are non-PYQs, some of them are from Tattva book, some of them are from JEE mains which are relevant for Neet, some of them are own creations. So it's a mixture of all the things. Okay. Two particles moving in the same direction do not lose all their energy in a completely inelastic collision. Principle of conservation of momentum holds true for all kinds of collision. Interesting. What do you think about it? What do you think about it? Come on, my dear warriors. Principle of conservation of momentum holds true for all kinds of collisions. Yes, elastic, inelastic, definitely. two particles moving in the same direction do not lose all their energy in a completely inelastic collision. Two particles moving in the same direction do not lose all their energy in a completely inelastic collision. Yes, they do not lose all their energy, but they lose maximum energy in a inelastic collision. Okay, they still have to conserve the momentum. They still have to conserve the momentum. Remember that. So when these two particles are not losing all their energy in their completely inelastic collision, assertion is true, reason is false. Is it the correct explanation? Is it the correct explanation? So think about it. Principle of conservation of momentum holds true for all kinds of collision. Okay, it is nearly explaining it. You can see that, because imagine two particles are going like this, they collide, and it's a completely inelastic collision. It's a completely inelastic collision. That means they stick with each other. So they conserve the momentum and continue. So they have not lost all their energy. Why they did not lose the energy? Because momentum had to be conserved. So that's why they kept on moving. So these two particles collided, stuck to each other, and they kept on moving. So that is the reason why we say that it holds true in all the collisions, and it is explaining it. It is option A. It is option A, both assertion, reason true, and it is the correct explanation. Okay. Thank you, Soumya. Means a lot. Means a lot. So guys, be very careful in these kind of questions. They are very tricky. Very small differences there. Do you understand? In inelastic collision, elastic collision, every type of collision, momentum is conserved. What is not conserved is energy. Okay. First statement says that the two particles which are moving, they still have some energy left. Why? Because the momentum was conserved, they need to conserve the momentum and keep moving. That is why they have some energy left. They don't lose all their energy. So it is the correct explanation, option A. Is that okay? It is a very, very tricky question. These kind of things will definitely take away some of your marks. Okay. So moving on to the next one. Tennis ball bounces higher on the hills than in the plains. Why? Acceleration due to gravity on the hills is greater than that on the surface of the earth. What do you guys say? Acceleration due to gravity on the hill is greater, is it? When you are on the hill, you are far away from the center. So definitely gravity is less. When you are on the Mount Everest, acceleration due to gravity is less. So reason is false. A tennis ball bounces higher on the hill than on the plain. If you have seen the moon video, Neil Armstrong and all these people, when they were bouncing on the moon, they were bouncing really high. Why? Because gravity was less. So on the hill, when gravity is less, it's little bit weightlessness. So you can definitely bounce up and down more easily. So you will bounce higher. So assertion is true, reason is false. Reason is false. Assertion is true, reason is false. Got it clear? Madhumita, the reason why it was correct explanation is because if it is not losing all the energy, that means it is retaining some energy. Why is it retaining energy? What should be the reason? Because it has some velocity. Why does it have some velocity? Because it has to conserve the momentum. So that is why conservation of momentum is the reason for it to retain the velocity and hence the kinetic energy and hence no loss. Make sense? Okay. I hope this is clear. I hope this is clear. Moving on to the next one. Okay. The square of the period of revolution of a planet is proportional to its cube of its distance from the sun. Circular orbit. Sun's gravitational field is inversely proportional to the square of the distance from the planet. This one is straightforward. Sun's gravitational field is inversely proportional to the square of the distance. That's inverse square law. Correct? Number one. The square of the period of revolution of the planet is proportional to the cube of the distance. This is your Kepler's law. But is it the correct explanation? No. This is Newton's law. This is Kepler's law. Two different things, right? There is a whole derivation for why square of the time period is proportional to r cube. There's a big derivation for that. So, this is not the direct explanation. Sun gravitational field is inversely proportional. So that is not the explanation, but independently they are correct. So option number B. Option number B. Cool? Everybody with me? Shall we move ahead? Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay. Have you seen how I am solving the questions? I don't know how many of you noticed this small thing. I'm generally trying to solve the reason first and then I'm trying to solve the assertion. That is the trick. When reason is only false, then some options automatically get eliminated. You don't have to break your head. If reason is true and assertion is false, then also it is still easy. The problem happens when both assertion and reason are true, and that also I told you the trick. Try to read the first statement in continuation with the second statement and see if it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, it is option B, else it is option A. Yeah, this is for all the subjects pre-acute. Okay, this is for all the subjects. After this, chemistry is going to start. Okay, we are going to do as many questions as possible in this particular 1 hour. Okay, till around 4 o'clock, and then chemistry will start, and then biology will start. Okay, as many questions as possible. Whatever remaining few questions here and there, we'll just keep it for homework. Okay, it will not be too many, it will be very few in number. Moving on to the next one. The escape velocity of planet A and B are same, but A and B are of unequal mass. The product of their mass and radius must be same. M1 R1 is equal to M2 R2. What do you guys say about it? What do you guys say? The product of the mass and radius must be same. For what? For what? The product of mass and radius must be the same for what? I mean, no sense out of it. So reason does not even make sense. Why should it be? Why mass will be inversely proportional to radius? No. So reason is false. Escape speed of A and B are same, but A and B are of unequal mass. Is it possible? Escape speed of A and B are same, but A and B are of unequal mass. Possible, definitely. Maybe the radius are of different ratios. So yes, assertion is definitely true. Assertion is definitely true. Independently, if you read the reason, it doesn't make sense. Why should mass into radius be the same? Independently, it doesn't make sense. So hence, option C. Assertion is true, reason is false. Assertion is true, reason is false. Cool? Shall we go ahead to the next one? When a rod is lying freely, is heated, no thermal stress is developed in it. On heating, the length of the rod increases. Okay. When you heat a rod, what happens? Yes, the length of the rod will increase, definitely. And when the rod is free, the rod will not get any stress. When will it get stress? When it is being compelled to expand in a particular length or in a specific dimension. Then you will see a lot of stress in it. Otherwise, there will be no stress in it. Correct or no? Perfect. So, these two statements are true, but how is B explaining A? No. When a rod is lying freely heated, no thermal stress is developed in it because when you heat, the length of the rod increases. No, not making sense. So option A is wrong, option B will be correct. Both assertion and reason are true, but the reason is not true for the correct explanation of the assertion. Is that making sense, everybody? Understood or clear or how we did it? Always read B first, then A, then read A and B in continuation. Moving on to the next question coming up on your screen. Young's modulus for a perfectly plastic body is 0. For a perfectly plastic body, restoring force is 0. Let's read the reason first. For a perfectly plastic means when you deform it, it stays there like that. So the restoring force is 0, correct? Like cheese or clay, when you bend or expand it, it stays there. Why? Because there is no tendency only to restore. Number 1, Young's modulus for a perfectly plastic body is 0. Correct. There is no Young's modulus because there is no elasticity. There is no stress in such a plastic body. So is it explaining it? Young's modulus for a perfectly plastic body is 0 because for that plastic body, restoring force is 0. No force, no elasticity, no Young's modulus. Correct. It makes sense. So option A should be correct. Both assertion and reason are true, and reason is the correct explanation. A option is correct. A option is correct. Is that right? Everybody with me? Shall we go ahead to the next one? Pascal's law is the working principle of hydraulic lift. Okay. Yes, it makes sense. Pressure is equal to the thrust acting per unit area. Pressure is force per unit area. And Pascal's law says that the working principle of a hydraulic lift is based on that. Okay. Yes, Pascal's law does use the quantity pressure, but is this the explanation of the working principle of hydraulic lift? Why it is Pascal's law? Is it explaining it? Think about it. Okay, independently, are they correct? Pressure is equal to force per unit area. Correct. Pascal's law helps in hydraulic lift concept. You can lift a car by applying a small force. Okay. But what is it the correct explanation? Look at it. Pascal's law is the working principle of hydraulic lift because pressure is equal to force per unit area. No. Actually, the reason should have been that whenever you have big and small cylinders, even though the forces are different, the areas are different, but the pressure is equalized, because as per Pascal's law, the pressure changes are transmitted everywhere equally. Hence, that's the reason why you need small force to lift a heavy object. So somewhere on those lines, but it is not explaining, so it is option B. Both are correct, but it is not the explanation. Yeah, I hope this is clear. Yes. Yes, Pratibha, when force is 0, stress is also 0. Correct. Moving on. Next one. To float, body must displace. Okay, let's start with reason first. The body will experience no net downward force in case of floating. The body will experience no net downward force in the case of floating. Okay. What do you think? Will this be true or will this be false? Body will experience no net downward force in case of floating. Yes, there is no net force only in case of it is floating. So reason seems to be true. To float, the body must displace liquid whose weight is greater than the actual weight of the body. No. To float, a body must displace a liquid whose weight is equal than, whose weight is in fact equal to the weight of the body. That's it, not more than. It should not be more than. This assertion is false. Do you guys see that? To float, what should happen? The weight of the body should be equal to the weight of the liquid which has been displaced. Then it will be floating. The body will experience no net downward force in the case of floating. The body will experience no net downward force. Reason is true, assertion is false. Reason is true, assertion is false. I don't know why some questions exactly opposite they are put. So guys, forget this. It should be assertion is false, reason is true. Okay, ignore this. So wherever I have corrected the options, I'm telling you explicitly. No, it is not A, it is option basically D, right? Where assertion is false, reason is true. Assertion is false, reason is true. Okay, moving on. All the raindrops hit the surface of the earth with the same constant velocity. An object falling through a viscous medium eventually attains terminal velocity. Is the reason correct or wrong? Terminal velocity concept. Yes, A was false. Correct, Krishna, for that previous one. And reason was true. What do you think? A body falling through a viscous medium, eventually it lands with the terminal velocity. Yes, correct. After the raindrops hit the surface of the earth with the same constant velocity, all the raindrops hit with the same constant velocity. What do you think? I don't think so, because all raindrops will be of different sizes. Terminal speed depends on the radius. So assertion is false, reason is true. Assertion is false, reason is true. Correct. That is option number your D for Disha ma'am. Assertion is false, reason is true. Moving on. Okay. Going on slowly to simple harmonic motion, guys. Come on. In a SHM, acceleration always acts towards the mean position. Well, yes, that is true. When you are on this side, acceleration is here. When you are on this side, acceleration is here. Always towards the mean. So when a particle does SHM, its acceleration is always towards the center, towards the mean. Reason is true. In extreme position, when the particle executes SHM, both velocity and acceleration are 0. No, only velocity is 0. Acceleration is not 0. Acceleration is not 0. So assertion is false and reason is true. Correct. That is option D. D for Diksha ma'am. Moving on to the next one. Coming up on your screen. Water in a U-tube. Oops, sorry. I think I showed the answer already. Let's see. The amplitude of an oscillating pendulum goes on increasing. Why will it go on increasing? If I take a pendulum, it will keep on oscillating with the same amplitude when there is no resistance, but when there is resistance, it will keep on decreasing. So reason is definitely false. Water in a tube executes simple harmonic motion. Time period of mercury filled up to the same height in the U-tube be greater than that in case of water. The time period of mercury up to the same height in the U-tube be greater than that of the time period for the mercury filled up to the same height in the U-tube be greater. I think the time period comes out to be independent of density, if I'm not wrong. When you take a tube and fill it with some liquid, it goes up and down like this. It does not depend on the density of the liquid. It only depends on the height till which it is filled and the value of acceleration due to gravity. It does not depend on the mass or the density. So that is the reason why assertion and reason both are false. Just like time period is 2 pi root L by G. Is there any mass term in it? No. Same way, when you take a tube and fill with some liquid and you press the liquid on one side, it will go up and down like this. So it does not depend on the density or mass. It depends on the height and G. So it will be actually 2 pi root H by G. 2 pi root H by G. So both are false. Both are false actually. Both are going to be false. If time period is directly proportional to the length of the pendulum, oh, definitely wrong. Time period is definitely not proportional to the length of the pendulum, correct? So reason is false. Percentage change in the time period is 1.5% if the length of the simple pendulum is 3% change. Time period is actually proportional to the root of L. Root of L, L raised to half. So if L changes by 3%, half of 3% is 1.5%. So time period will change by 1.5%. This is the concept of errors. Remember concept of errors? Yes. When you change some quantity, how will the other quantity change? Use the powers and multiply it with the relative error. So the relative error in length was 3%. The power of length is half. So half into 3% is 1.5%. As simple as that. Is that okay? Let's go on to the next one. Last few questions coming up on your screen. Okay. As much as possible will do. As much as possible will do. Cool. Okay. Chalo, let's do this. All oscillatory motions are necessarily periodic and all that. Let's start with the reason first. Simple pendulum is an example of oscillatory motion. Yes, it is. Oscillatory motions are necessarily periodic, but all periodic are not oscillatory. If you take any oscillatory motion, it will be periodic in nature, but all periodic motions are not oscillatory. All oscillatory motions are necessarily periodic motion. No, guys, this is false. This is false. This is false. How can all oscillatory motions be periodic? Let's say, for example, I'm oscillating. I go here, I stop. And then I come over here. I wait for more time. Then I go here. And then I quickly come here. Then I wait for a long time. Around I go over here. And then around I come back over here. My motion is not periodic, but it is oscillatory. So assertion is only false. Reason, simple pendulum is an example of oscillatory motion. Simple pendulum, yes, it is an example of oscillatory motion. So reason is true, assertion is false. Here the answer given is wrong, ignore it. Okay. So reason is true, assertion is false. That's the correct one. It's not even the correct explanation. And assertion is false, guys. Assertion is false. A lot of people think oscillating means it should go back and forth in the same time. No, it should just go back and forth. Time may or may not be the same. Okay. The phase difference between phase difference is directly proportional to the path difference of a particle. What do you guys say about it? Reason. Yes, it is correct, because phase difference is 2 pi by lambda into delta x. So it is directly proportional to the path difference. The phase difference between two medium particles having a path difference lambda is 2 pi. The phase difference between the two particles having path of lambda is 2 pi. Correct. That is also correct. If you go by one wavelength, the phase changes 2 pi radians. Phase changes 2 pi radians. Correct. There is nothing wrong in it. But how is this explaining that? How is this explaining that? Phase difference being proportional to it. No, it is not explaining it. So both are correct, but it is not the correct explanation. It is not the correct explanation. Is that right, everyone? Very good. Moving on. Next one. Velocity of sound is directly proportional to the square of its absolute temperature. Actually, square root. So reason is only wrong. Not square, square root. Sound would travel faster on a hot summer day than on a cold winter day. Remember, on a hot summer day, the temperature will be more. So sound speed will be more. So winter speed will be less because temperature is less. So hence assertion is true, reason is false. Assertion is true, reason is false. Is that okay? Yes, Lakshmi, what do you want? Okay, moving on to the next one. In natural convection, actually, we don't have convection. Let's ignore that. Okay, internal energy of a sample of an ideal gas depends. Okay, the ideal gas molecules do not exert intermolecular forces. What do you say? Remember the theory of kinetic theory of gases? Kinetic theory of gases, guys. Yep. Yep. Yes. Ideal gas molecules, they do not exert forces on each other. So reason is correct. Okay. Internal energy of a given sample of an ideal gas depends on the temperature according to kinetic theory of gases. The internal energy only depends on the temperature. Why does it? Oh yes, it is true for an ideal gas. Why? Because it does not depend on the potential energy. Why? Because there is no intermolecular forces. We ignore the intermolecular attraction and repulsion. And that is the reason why you will see that, you know, the molecules, that internal energy only depends on the temperature or the kinetic energy. There is no potential energy only, because there is no intermolecular forces only. Hence, the answer is basically A. Hence, the answer is basically A. Correct. Very good. Very good. Hence, yeah, it is explaining it. It is completely explaining it. There is no potential energy because there is no intermolecular forces. Got it? Very good. Moving on. Quasi-static process, guys. Quasi-static. Yeah, doubt in the fluid question, doctor said. Yeah, please ask. What is the doubt? What is the doubt? Please tell me. A quasi-static process, okay. First, let's read the reason. The adiabatic process is not a quasi-static process because it is a sudden large change of the system. Definitely. Adiabatic, you do not allow it sufficient time to exchange the heat. That is why it becomes adiabatic. What about quasi-static process is so called because it is a sudden, no. Quasi-static means it is a slow process. So assertion is false. Assertion is false, reason is true, right? Okay, let's have a look. Yes, assertion is false, reason is true. Yep. Adiabatic, no heat. No heat, no time. No time because it is sudden. Quasi-static is slow. Lot of time. So assertion is wrong. Okay, read the next question. Read the next question. Come on, my dear warriors. Yes, doctor said if you have any doubt, you can definitely put it up in the comments after the session is over. Okay, let's have a look. Temperature remains constant in isothermal expansion, but not in adiabatic expansion. Is that so? Temperature remains constant, yes, but not in adiabatic. Temperature will not be constant. So reason is correct. Isotherm only means temperature is constant. Work done by the gas in isothermal expansion is more than the work done by the gas in the same expansion adiabatically. Yes, assertion is also correct. Assertion is also correct. But is it the correct explanation? Is it the correct explanation of it? Think about it. Is it the correct explanation of it? Work done by the gas in isothermal expansion is more than the work done by the gas in the same expansion adiabatically, because temperature remains constant in isothermal but not in adiabatic. Yes, it kind of makes sense because whatever work you do goes in increasing the internal energy or not decides whether the work done is more or less. If you give some heat, some amount of heat goes in work, some amount of heat goes in internal energy. That's your first law of thermodynamics, delta U plus W. So when you give it some heat, okay, the work done by the gas in isothermal expansion is more than the work done by the gas in the same expansion adiabatically. So when the temperature remains constant, all the internal energy changes are not there only because no temperature change. So all the heat goes in work. All the heat goes in work. So all the heat, if it goes in work, that means the work done is more. But in adiabatic expansion, understand that your work done is going to be at the expense of internal energy. The internal energy is used to do the work done, not the heat. So it will be definitely less. So it is little bit debatable whether I would call it as the reason or not, because it is not completely explaining. Let's see what the answer is. Assertion. Oh, sorry. I went to the previous one. My bad. Assertion and reason are true, but the reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. This is slightly debatable, my dear warriors. Let me tell you that, because it is not entirely explaining it. If such a question comes, then it would be under a debate. Let me tell you that. Okay, it would be under a debate whether it is completely explaining or not. Because some will say that it is explaining, but again, I would debate that graphically it would be better to see more work is done isothermally than adiabatically. Okay, otherwise it is slightly debatable. Okay, in an isothermal process, okay, first read the reason. According to the first law of thermodynamics, Q is delta U plus work done, P delta V. Is that so? What do you guys say? What do you guys say? Yes, delta Q is delta U plus P delta V. Definitely it is true. That is correct. In an isothermal process, whole of the heat energy is converted into internal energy. Whole of the heat energy is converted into internal energy. Is that true? Isothermal process? Yes, it is definitely correct. It is definitely correct. Because all the heat goes into internal energy because there is, internal energy, no, work done, not internal energy. It's isothermal. Isothermal means temperature is same. So delta T is 0. So delta U is 0. So internal energy is not even changed. So assertion is false. Reason is true. Reason is true. Correct. Correct. So reason is true. Assertion is false. It is option D, my dear warriors. It is option D. Okay. Shall we go ahead to the next one? In an adiabatic process, change in the internal energy of the gas is equal to the work done on or by the gas in the process. The temperature of the gas remains constant in adiabatic process. So what do you think about it? What do you think about it? Come on, my dear warriors. First look at the reason. First look at the reason. Come on. The temperature of the gas remains constant in an adiabatic process. Definitely not. The temperature will change. TV raised to gamma minus 1 is constant. Temperature won't be constant. In an adiabatic process, change in the internal energy is equal to the work done on or by the gas. Not on or by. You have to decide. You cannot be so unsure. You cannot be so unsure. But it depends on what is the change in the internal energy of the gas is equal to the work done. Acha. So it depends on the sign convention. That's what we can say. Adiabatic process, Q is 0. If Q is 0, delta U is equal to minus W. Delta U is equal to minus W. So the work done becomes the internal energy change. So the work done by the gas will become the internal energy change. So yes, assertion is true. Temperature of the gas remains constant. That reason is false. So assertion true, reason is false. Assertion true, reason is false. Yes. Yes, assertion is true, reason is false. Okay. Chalo. So next question, guys, coming up on your screen. The electrical potential of a sphere of radius r with charge uniformly distributed on the surface is given by Q by 4 pi epsilon naught. Is it so? Is it so? Come on, think about it. Q by 4 pi epsilon naught so on. Come on, come on. I think that R was missing if I'm not wrong. I think there is a R also over here. Must be there. I think that R is misprinted because they have given radius R. Yes. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R. Yes, that is the potential of the sphere. That is correct. That R is missing. I think misprint is there because if radius R is mentioned, where is that R gone? For practical purpose, the earth is used as reference zero potential in electrical circuits. Yes. Yes. You use grounding. Grounding means 0 volts. Earth is used as 0 voltage. So it is true. But is it explaining it? No. Electric potential of a sphere of radius R is given by Q by 4 pi epsilon naught. How is it explaining why the earth potential is 0? Why is it 0? Not explaining. So option B is correct, which is assertion and reason both are true, but it is not the explanation. Earth is used as 0 voltage for practical purpose. Remember, practical purpose. But while defining, remember Soumya, we use infinity as 0. When we define 0 voltage, we define infinity as 0 for theoretical, but for practical, earth only we will take as 0 because we can't go to infinity, no? That is the reason. In winter, the density of air is increased due to the change in temperature. Therefore, we can hear the whistle of the distant. You can say that also, Soja. But the thing is, in that particular question, the question was on the speed of sound, not on whether we can hear the sound clearly or not distantly. Okay. All right. Now, there are more few questions over here. Those questions we will be sending it to you as PDF. As PDF. Okay. Few questions are there. Okay. Some few questions are there. We'll be definitely sending it to you as PDF. I want you to give it as practice. Okay. Fine. And if you have any doubts, we will discuss that in the crash course. All the questions, whichever doubts you have, we'll discuss that in the crash course. Remember, the crash course link is there in the description box below. That crash course is available for 999 rupees only. Make use of that and get all the resources and our classes as well. All of us are teaching additionally with the other teachers who are already teaching you all the topics of 11th and 12th standard. Mock tests are there, assignments are there. Now it's time for chemistry. So let me get chemistry ma'am, Diksha ma'am over here. All right. Okay. Okay. Let me just get Diksha ma'am.
Our session, sir.
Our session is good, sir. Students are like, these assertion reasons are very, very tricky questions. Very, very tricky. Yeah. So I have given few questions as homework and I have told them that whatever remaining questions we'll be discussing, any doubts, PDF will be sending, sir, but in the crash course, the advantage is we can get a lot of time with the students. We had fun today. Even Diksha ma'am had fun today in the crash course discussing all the questions, and superb session. Same thing with Gopika ma'am and even me. I had fun, and this Saturday I'm taking a session in the crash course on how to guess the options in the numerical questions, objective questions. All right, we're just getting the slides up and running. Don't worry. You want just the PDF, ma'am, or oh, PPT? Okay, yeah.
Hi students, good afternoon. So how was the session, sir?
Session was really cool, really cool. The questions are so tricky and confusing.
Yeah.
Because they are statement based. See, I did not lift the pen even for one question, but to talk and reason it out is very tricky.
Yeah, the assertion reasoning part is tricky between A and B options, especially
A and
students
B
get
especially.
confused in that.
Right.
So yeah, so now we are going to do chemistry and after that we are going to do
Biology.
Yeah.
So 5 o'clock biology, guys. So stay tuned. Okay. So all the best, ma'am. Take
Thank
care.
you, sir. So I just need some instructions from Baswa sir for this board.
Oh yeah. So training session for the students and Diksha ma'am.
Yeah.
Just click on this now. And
Okay.
the pen here.
I'll get it. Okay,
And the
okay.
Pen color. Change color from here.
Okay,
And the slides will change
and
now.
slides
slides.
will change from this one.
This one.
This is the
Yeah,
next one.
next one.
Okay. Okay, students, so just wait a minute. Let me connect the mic. Okay, so students, am I visible? Good afternoon, everyone. So today we are going to do chemistry assertion reasoning questions. You have discussed physics assertion reasoning questions. Before that, I just want to tell you one thing, that mock tests are very important, and here we are providing you the mock test on Sunday and Saturday totally free of cost. As you can check this at 2 from 2 to 5:20 p.m. That is your time for NEET examination. Right, to book your body clock. Yes, green hearts in the chat box, everyone. Green hearts in the chat box. Yes, everyone. Okay, so what you will be provided, why this is important, we all know that why this is important, because as you all know, as you can see, I'm feeling very uncomfortable with this digital board. Why so? Because I'm not used to of this, right? Okay, so that is why I'm feeling like very tricky, like how to do this, how to do that. In my own studio, I'm very like friendly with that. I'm really okay with that, using that. Why? Because I'm not used to of it. So that is why used to of it is very important. You need to be very you need to have practice of how to fill OMR sheets. So I would really advise you, if you have any offline center nearby, you must visit the offline center and give your test in the offline center. Otherwise, download the OMR sheets and we'll give you the mock test. Give that in the offline mode itself. Okay, guys. So everybody, green hearts in the chat box. Let us start this session. So, bacha, this is applicable till April 28th, every Saturday and Sunday, right? Okay, let us start the very first assertion reasoning. Wait. This is not how it is a work like here, right? So first thing, students, how to do assertion reasoning. Firstly, see the assertion, or it can be written statement 1 or this is statement 2, right? So assertion is, firstly see if this is true or this is false, then see whether reason is true or false, right? After that, mark the option true and false, then you will get the answer, right? I'll teach you, okay? Firstly, phenol is more reactive than benzene. Is this right or is this incorrect? Yes, phenol is more reactive. That is true. Write it true here. Okay, write true here. Then students, next we have reason. In case of phenol, the intermediate carbocation is more resonance stabilized. Is it? Yes, because of the lone pairs on the oxygen atom, because of the lone pair on the oxygen atom, you have this, right? You have this lone pairs here. Because of these lone pairs, these are resonance stabilized. That is also true. Now mark here why, right here why. Why phenol is more reactive than benzene? Why phenol is more reactive than benzene? Because in case of phenol, intermediate carbocation is resonance stabilized, and resonance gives us the stability. In that way, we can say yes, the A statement is the correct one. Now let us see who all are telling the A statement. Very good, student, very good. Now the next statement here. Now student, the next statement here, like A is the correct answer. Next statement here, the second question. This second question, students. Yes, everyone, try to answer this. Try to answer this. I can see your comments. Everyone, be active, because you know students get very confusing assertion reasoning questions. This is how they do the negative marking is in this part. Why? Because they get confused in this. They're simple questions. The tricky part is A and B. Right? Okay. So now students, assertion is tert butyl methyl ether. What is tert butyl methyl ether, ma'am?
Hi, ma'am.
Yeah. What happened?
Just checking, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So students, see this. What is tert butyl methyl ether? So this is CH3. This is CH3. This is O. This is CH3. Right? This is tert butyl methyl ether. So now tert butyl methyl ether, right, is not prepared by the reaction of tert butyl bromide with sodium methoxide. What they're talking about? What is the reaction? What is that reaction that they are talking about? Students are saying A. A for Aisha. Oh my God. A for Ames. It should not be A for Aisha. Why A for Aisha? Right? So this is tert butyl ether. Right? Okay, students. Now, as I told you, in Williamson synthesis reaction, the alkyl halide is preferred to be primary. But here it is not primary. It is not primary. So in that way, what is the hint? That is true. This is not prepared by the reaction of this. So that is true. Right. Next is sodium methoxide is a weak nucleophile. Is it? Sodium methoxide. Is it a weak nucleophile? No, it is a strong nucleophile. Right. This is false. So answer can be, answer is A is true, assertion is true, and B is false. So it will be C is the correct answer. Yes, students, C is the correct answer. Yes, students, C is the correct answer. Next is third question, everyone. Where is your Josh? Where is the energy? I can't see, like, there should be some Josh, right? Where is that Josh? Because it's afternoon, you have eaten and you're like feeling very sleepy, is it? Now you should not feel sleepy. Yes, this is how I need your answers in the chat box, okay? I need your answers in the chat box. Be active, because now when you're active, this is the time when you will be giving your NEET examination. Now if you're not active right now, you will like doze off in your examination also. You feel like, oh ma'am, we are feeling very sleepy. This should not be there, right? This is your peak time, right? Your brain should work maximum at this time, right? So now this is an ideal solution obeys Raoult's law. Is it? Yes, this is true. Ideal solution means it obeys Raoult's law. In ideal solution, vapor pressure of solute and solvent and the corresponding activities in the solution are proportional to the mole fraction. Relative lowering. Okay, so they are talking about the Raoult's law here, right? Raoult's law, we say na, vapor pressure is directly proportional to the mole fraction. That is also true. That is also true. So now A is true or B? A or B? A or B? Everyone here, A or B? Yes, students. Yes, students. A or B? Is it the reason? Right here, why? Students get confused between A and B. But right here, why? Why ideal solution obeys Raoult's law? Because ideal solution, vapor pressure of the solute and this and their corresponding activities in the solution are proportional to their mole fraction. This is the definition of Raoult's law. Right? So what is the answer here? A for Ames, A for Ames. A. Very good, very good, very good. So the answer is assertion and reasoning both are correct, and this is the correct statement. This is the correct explanation, right? Okay. So the next question here is, why I'm jumping backwards here. Why I'm jumping backwards. Okay. Now the fourth question is, highly concentrated solutions occur in a wide range of natural processes, exhibit non-ideal behavior, right? Okay. Non-ideal solution do not obey Raoult's law. That is also correct. Highly concentrated solution occur in wide range of natural processes, exhibit non. That is also true, right? The concentrated solutions are non-ideal solution. Dilute solutions are ideal solutions, right? And all the natural processes are non-ideal solutions. Now, non-ideal solutions do not obey. That is also true. Now, ask why. Ask why. Why highly concentrated solutions occur in wide range of natural processes? Because non-ideal solutions do not obey Raoult's law. Because non-ideal solutions do not obey Raoult's law. Is it? Is it? Is it? A. Highly concentration wide solution natural processes exhibit non-ideal do not obey Raoult's law. But no, this is not the correct explanation. This is not explaining how this is the explanation. Highly concentrated solution occur in a wide range of natural processes. This is a different statement. This is a different statement. This is where students do mistake. This is a totally different statement. This is a different statement. They're not reasoning. This is not the reasoning for that statement, right? So that is B is the correct option. Right? B is the correct option. Right? So B is the correct option. In non-ideal solution, this is this. Right? Next is assertion in complex this. Now we have coordination complex here. Now, the spin-only magnetic moment is close to this. Let's find out the spin-only magnetic moment. For that, you need to find out the oxidation number on chromium. Right? So that will be, this is a neutral ligand. This is a -1. This is -1. And here it will be -1. This whole bracket is going to have +1 over here, right? So that will be x plus 0 minus 2 equals to +1, and that is going to be +3. So chromium is going to be in +3 state. Chromium is going to be in +3 state, right? Chromium means 24. Chromium means 24. That is 4s1 3d5, right? 4s2 2, then 4, this is 1, this is 5. Okay, this should be chromium, the exceptional electronic configuration of chromium. Now, -3 electrons you have 4s0 3d3. That means you have 3 unpaired electron. 3 unpaired electron. So it should be 3.83 something, not 2 point something. So this is clearly false. So now we need not go to other statements because we know there is only one option where assertion is wrong, that is D. But still we will see the next option also, that is mono, because they can ask you that like Shreyas said, that E option, that is assertion and reasoning both are false. They can give you that, right? Okay, so that will be mononuclear complexes of chromium 3 is strong field ligand having 3 unpaired electrons. Yeah, that is true, right? Okay, so but reason is the correct statement. Okay, so now the next question, students, we have dilute solutions are taken as ideal solutions. Dilute solution, as I just told you, dilute solutions are taken as ideal solutions. Yes, that is true. Dilute solution. Why dilute solution are taken as ideal solution? Because of they have less solute in it, right? Solute is less. That is why they are taken as ideal solution. That with adding the solute, there is no change in the interactions. AA, AB and BB interactions are going to be same here. That is why it is we are taking it as a ideal solution only. The solution which follow Raoult's law at any temperature and concentration are known as ideal solution, right? Okay, so now talking between A and B, which is the correct statement? Talking between A and B, which is the correct statement? D for Diksha ma'am. D for Diksha ma'am, is it? D for Diksha ma'am, where? Okay, in the back statement. So it should be A or it can be B because both are correct. Now answer why. Answer why. Why dilute solution are taken as ideal solution? Because solute is less, not because the solution which follow out at any temperature and this are ideal solution. That is another definition of ideal solution. But here dilute solution is ideal because it has less solute. Okay, so that will be assertion and reason, both are correct, but this is not the correct explanation of the assertion that we have placed here. Next is solutions having positive deviation from Raoult's law, right? Is it true? Positive deviation, delta H mixing is very good, students, very good. So this is true. Delta H mixing is positive, delta V mixing is positive, but delta S mixing is always positive, whether it's positive deviation, whether it's negative deviation, doesn't matter. Delta G mixing will always be negative, whether it's positive deviation, whether it's negative deviation, right? Okay, clear on that. Now energy is required to break solvent attractive forces. The energy is required. Yes, there will be energy required. That is true. So now which statement is correct? Now which statement is correct? Now which statement is correct? Correct. A, very good, very good. A, very good, very good, very good. So here, why solutions have positive deviation from Raoult's law? Because energy is required. What delta H positive means? Endothermic reaction, right? Energy will be absorbed by it. That means here, that is the correct explanation. It is also explaining. It is like giving the justification of the assertion. That means this is A is the correct. Okay, A is the correct statement. I am telling you, usually the biggest mistake that students do is A, B, A, B. They don't know both statements are correct. Is it the correct explanation or it is not the correct explanation, right? Okay, so next question is glucose when treated with CH in presence of dry HCl gives alpha beta methyl glucosides. Yes, students, at C1 position, right, the OH is replaced by OCH3, right? OH is replaced by OCH3, right? But we know that as the C1 position is the chiral position, so it will have alpha also, it will have beta also. That means this statement is correct, right? This statement is correct. Now, next statement is glucose react with phenyl hydrazine to form crystallinozazone. Crystallinozazone, yes, it does form at C1 and C2 position, right? It reacts at C1 and C2 position. There is substitution, right? That's how ozazone is formed by three molecules of phenyl hydrazine. This is also a question that they can ask you. So this is also true. But are they even interrelated to each other? Is it Baswasar or is it Ames? Is it Baswasar or it is Ames? Is it Baswasar or is it amazing Gopika ma'am? Tell me everyone. A for Ames. A for Ames. How they are connected? Why glucose this? There is no connection between them. There is no connection between them. Is there any connection? I can't see any connection. That is a different reaction. That is a different reaction. So B is going to be the correct statement. They are not explaining, right? A is the other reaction, B is other reaction. That is not the explanation for the assertion. Right, students? So B for Baswasar is the correct answer. Right, students? B is the correct answer here. Can you see that in the chat box? Yes, B for biology is the correct answer. B for Baswasar is the correct answer. Right? Okay. Yes, students. Next is 9th question, everyone. Everyone in the chat box. Okay. Assertion. A solution of sucrose in water is dextrorotatory, but on hydrolysis, sucrose is dextrorotatory. Right? Sucrose is a disaccharide that is dextrorotatory. It rotates the plane polarized right towards the right side, right? Dextrorotatory. Okay. In the presence of little hydrochloric acid, it becomes levorotatory. Why so? Because sucrose, it gives off glucose and fructose, right? But fructose rotation, fructose is levorotatory. It's levo, it is dextro. But the percentage of fructose that is rotated on the left side is more as compared to glucose that is rotated on the right side, right? So this is the true statement. Next is sucrose on hydrolysis give unequal amount of glucose and fructose as a result of which change in the sign. Tell me, students, is this a true statement or the false? Is this true or is it false? Is this true or is this the false statement? Everyone in the comment section. Is it true? Is it false? Unequal amount of glucose and fructose. No, this is the false statement because I'm saying not unequal amount. I'm saying the rotation is unequal, right? The rotation of fructose is more, the rotation of glucose is less. This is what I'm saying. Not the amounts are not different, right? So here it will be, this is a false statement. So the answer is going to be assertion is correct, but the reason is wrong. Right, students? Assertion is correct, but the reason is wrong here. So C is going to be the correct answer. Right, students? C is going to be the correct answer. C for capto is the right answer. Okay, students? Yes. Fructose is levorotatory. Very good, very good. Okay, so now coming to the next question. Next question. We have, this is from coordination again, has higher stability than this. Okay. This, that is true. This has higher stability. Now, this one forms chelated compound. The ring compound is formed here. If the ring compound is formed, then we'll say ring gives it more stability. For example, I'm saying this is the octahedral geometry. If it is forming the ring compound here, wait, I'll draw it again. Right? Okay. So if this is the ring compound, right? So it is more stable. Bidentate ligand make it more stable. Now, in this, the geometry around nickel is octahedral. That is also true. Both statements are true. But why this one is more stable? Because it is an octahedral. No, this is also octahedral. The difference is the chelation effect here. So the answer is going to be both are true, but this is not the correct reason. Reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. Right? Reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. Right, students? Okay. Yes. Yes, students. Now let us do the C. The products of electrolysis of water are hydrogen and oxygen. Right? Okay. Then the product of electrolysis of water, like water have H positive and OH negative. From this we will get O2. From this we will get H2. Right? The electrolysis or process of water, hydrogen ions are attracted to anode. See, anode is the positive electrode. Right? So this will be attracted towards anode. And this will be attracted towards cathode. Right? So what we are saying, the process of water, hydrogen ions are attracted towards anode. Is it? And the hydroxyl ion towards cathode. That is a false statement. Right? That is a false statement. That is an opposite statement. So the answer is going to be, students. So the answer is going to be, yes, but a chelation. Yes, very good. So the answer is going to be assertion is correct statement. Reason is the wrong thing here. Right, students? Right, students? Okay. Next question. In an electrolytic cell, anode and cathodes are respectively negative and positive electrodes. Right? We know anode is the negative one. Wait, that is false. That is false. Anode is the positive one. Cathode is the negative one. Now, students will confuse this with electrochemistry, right? They are talking about the electrolytic cell. In electrolytic cell, anode is positive, cathode is negative. But in electrochemical reactions, we have opposite thing that anode is the negative and cathode is the positive, right? Okay, students? Yes, students. So that is the false statement. At anode, oxidation takes place. At cathode, reduction takes place. Yes, that is true. That is true. right? So we'll say assertion is wrong and this is false, right students? Okay, okay students, yes, okay. Next is 13th question. 13th question. Okay, let us see who answers this. C. Why are you saying C? Why C here? Oh God, oh God. Why C here? Assertion is correct statement. No. No students. Assertion. This is false. This is false statement. This is the positive and this is the negative one. And here opposite is written. Right? So this is the false. So C is the correct answer. Sorry, D is the correct answer. This is wrong and that is right. Okay. You already know the answer now, right? So cathode and anode indicate the polarity. That is obviously wrong statement. That is a false statement. So the answer is going to be assertion is wrong. Statement is the reason. What about reason? On passing electric current through the electrolytic solution, ions are attracted. They are talking about the electrolytic process here, right? They are attracted towards the opposite electrode. That is the true statement, right? But they do not show the polarity. They show the flow of current here. So this is going to be the D is going to be the correct answer. D for Diksha ma'am, right? Okay students. So 14th answer. 14th answer. What is the correct answer here? 14th, everyone, the electrolysis of NaCl gives hydrogen at cathode and chlorine at anode. Okay, they are talking about NaCl. They are talking about NaCl. Na positive and Cl negative. They are talking about the NaCl solution gives hydrogen at cathode and this at anode. Chlorine has high oxidation potential, right? Okay, everyone. So now we are talking about the aqueous solution here. So that means there will be H positive and OH negative as well. So who will win here? Here H will win and H2 will be formed. And out of these two, which will win? Chlorine is going to win here, okay? Chlorine is going to win here. So chlorine will be released here. So chlorine at anode, that is the true statement. Now, why so? Chlorine has higher oxidation potential. If chlorine has higher oxidation potential, if we say chlorine has higher oxidation potential than water, right? So student, what is happening here? If it has more oxidation potential, is it correct? Is it has more oxidation potential or it has more reduction potential? It has more oxidation potential, it has more reduction potential. It has more oxidation potential or it has more reduction potential. Which is correct? Which is correct? A is so definitely correct. What about B? This has more reduction potential, right? So this is going to be the false statement and the answer is going to be A is correct and B is false. So answer is going to be C is the correct answer here. Right students? Okay. Allah. Why D? Why D now? I'm saying A is the correct option here. A is the correct option. That means assertion is correct. So this cannot be the answer. Right? Yes. Which is the correct statement, bacha? What is the right answer? What is the right answer? This is the correct statement. So how can D be the correct answer? Assertion is wrong. Assertion is right here. And the reason is false. Assertion is this one. Assertion is correct statement. Reason is the wrong statement here. So C is the correct answer. Right. Okay. Now, input of energy is required by electrolysis. Input of energy is required by electrolytic cells. Right? Okay? Yes. Electrolytic have just one container. Now answer this. Now answer this, students. Now try to answer this yourself. More reduction potential. Yes, definitely. Right. That is right. Now tell me, which should be the correct answer? Input of energy is required by electrolytic cells. Yeah, they need input of energy. Yes, they need input of energy, right? That is true. Electrolytic cell have just one container. Are they in one container? Are they in one container, students? electrolytic cells, they are in one container. Electrochemical cell are in two containers, right? Okay, Daniel cell, that is in two containers. That is also true. So now, why input of energy is required by electrolysis? Because electrolytic cell have just one container. What is this? This is not an explanation, right? This is not, if I say Ramu is this, Shamu is this. Ramu is very clever, Shamu is very sweet. Now, there is any relation between Ramu and Shamu. No relation between them. Then what we say? So what we say? So now what we'll say, assertion is reason, both are correct statement, but reason also the correct option of this, right? Okay. So next students, we have next is 16th students, everyone, we have aldol condensation can be catalyzed both by acids and bases, right? Yes, they can be catalyzed by both. Why? Because one we form enol form, one carbon ion is formed, both actually react with, right? Both actually react with base to form aldol product here, right? Okay, aldol product will be formed in both. Beta hydroxyl aldehyde or ketone readily undergo acid catalyzed dehydration. That is also true. But what about this? Aldol. Why aldol condensation can be catalyzed? Why this can be catalyzed? Because beta hydroxyl, this ketone readily undergo. What is? There is no relation. They're asking why. This is this. Why are you going here? Because why you are in this studio? Because I like to dance. Why you want to be a teacher? Because I like to dance, right? Why you want to be a doctor? Because I am very hungry. There is no relation between that, right? So it will be B is the correct answer. Assertion and reasoning both are correct statement, but reason is not the correct explanation, right, students? So B is the correct answer. Okay, yes. Next is glucose and fructose give the same ozazone. Is it true? Ozazone has the replacement. The reaction is on the C1 and the C2. The reaction is on the C1 and the C2. So here what we'll say. Students, reaction is on the C1 and C2. So what we say here? That means glucose and fructose have that difference on the C1 and C2 only. And that is replaced by ozazone, right? So ozazone formed on that C1 and C2. That means same ozazone is going to form, right? So that is a true statement. Next is, during ozazone formation, stereochemistry and C1 and C2 is destroyed and rest of the structures remain same. During ozazone formation, stereochemistry of C1 and C2, this is what just I explained you this thing, right? So this is also the true statement. If we write here why glucose and fructose have same structure, because the structure at C1 and C2 position are destroyed, and C1 and C2 are the only different positions in glucose and fructose. Hence, that is the correct explanation for this assertion, for this statement that we have. So A is the correct answer here, right? So A is going to be the correct answer. Okay, everyone, A is the correct answer here. Very good. A is the correct answer. Next is, phenol undergoes Cole's reaction where ethanol does not. Phenoxide ion is more basic than ethoxide ion, right? Phenoxide ion is more stable than ethoxide ion, right? Okay. Now answer this. Now let me drink some water. Okay. Okay. Now students, we have phenol undergo Cole's reaction, ethanol does not. That is true. Right, that statement is true. Phenoxide ion is more basic than ethoxide. Why this is more basic? No, that is not more basic. Phenoxide ion is more basic. No, that is not true. Why that is not true? Because in phenoxide ion, what you will see, in phenoxide ion, this is O negative, right? This is in resonance. The negative charge is distributed here. That will be, if there is delocalization, the basic character is going to decrease here, right? So we'll say that is the false statement here. This is ethoxide ion is more basic here, right? That is more because there is no resonance, there is no delocalization. So answer, assertion is correct and reason is the wrong statement here. So C is going to be the correct answer here, students. C is going to be the correct answer. Yes, students. Next we have 19th question. Phenol forms 2,4,6 tribromophenol on treatment with Br2 water. Right? Is this true? Yes, definitely. When we talk about with water, there is tribromo substituted product, white precipitates are formed. But when we talk about CS2, non-polar solvent, only mono-substituted product is formed here. Right? Phenol is ortho-para directing, that is also true. Right? Okay. So when we say question, answer, usually now what students will say, let me see in the chat box, do you answer A or B? Let me see in the chat box, how many of you can answer this correctly? Let me see in the chat box, is it A or is it B? Everyone, is it A? It just takes 1 second. C, oh God, why C? I have written it true. How it can be C? Reason is wrong. I have not written the reason is wrong. How it can be C, bacha? How it can be C? I have already written it true. Either it can be A or it can be B. Right? Students will think, maybe some students will think it's A is the correct answer because they will feel, okay, phenol is ortho-para directing, that is why it is tri-substituted. But no, it is tri-substituted because there is polar bond, it is reacting in presence of a polar molecule. If there is a non-polar molecule, still it is ortho-para directing, but it will form mono-substituted product. Okay, so that is not the correct explanation. So B is going to be the correct answer. Right? So B is going to be the correct answer here. Right? Okay. Next statement we have, next students we have, everyone, hydrolysis of 2-bromo-octane proceeds with inversion of configuration. Okay. This reaction proceeds to formation of a carbocation. Hydrolysis of true bromo. There is a chain and that is second position. We have bromo. 2-bromo-octane proceeds with inversion of configuration. Students, if there is inversion of configuration, that means it is a one-step process. This is SN2 mechanism. Right? There is no carbocation formation here. Right? There is inversion of configuration. I am standing here. Okay, this is my arm. Someone is going to replace me here. So there is no formation of it's like there are two seats. One is sitting here, one is sitting here. SN2 mechanism that this person will go out and then other person will come here. That is SN1 mechanism. That is in 2 steps. SN2 mechanism is that the person will, push the other person to go. That is the SN2 mechanism. That's just one step. I'll push the other person, go and leave. I'll sit on his seat. Right? That is the SN2 mechanism. So he'll say that this is the false statement. Carbocation is not formed here. Assertion is correct and statement is the wrong answer here. Yes, students? Yes, students? Okay, so C is the correct answer. Yes, students, C is the correct answer. Okay, guys. Now let us jump to 21st question. Okay, students, we have assertion. Ionic radii of TA and NB are same. Is it? Ionic radii of TA and NB are same. That is true. The lengthenoid contraction. Why 4D and 5D has 4D and 5D series has same. Almost same radii. What is the reason behind that? Because of F electron. That is the lengthenoid effect, lengthenoid contraction, because of the poor shielding effect of F electrons. Right? Poor shielding effect of F electrons. The electrons, the F orbital is not able to shield the nucleus, shield the outermost electrons from this nucleus. So that is why the size decreases here, and that is called lengthenoid contraction. Right? So he will say the size increases on decreasing this and of this. Okay, so lengthenoid contraction, almost exactly normal size increase on descending a group of the transition this. Okay, so this is also the true statement, right? And both are the correct explanation. So the answer is going to be, as I explained you, why? Because of lengthenoid contraction. They can also ask poor shielding effect of 4f orbitals and all these things. Right? So A is going to be the correct answer. Right, students? Okay. Yes, students? Yes. Okay. Now, students, we have chat is slow, but I can see your chat. You type now. Don't be slow. Okay, let the chat be slow. You don't be slow. Now, assertion: rate of etholysis of 1 degree halide by SN2 mechanism is fast. Everyone here. Rate of etholysis of 1 degree halide by SN2 mechanism is fast. Carbocation is stabilized by resonance. So, etholysis of 1 degree halide by SN2. Right. Okay. So, this is basically 1 degree halide you have 1 degree halide, and this is by SN2 mechanism. That is the fast. That is true. Right. That is a true statement, because he's saying the rate is fast. Why? Carbocation is stabilized by resonance. That is not stabilized by resonance. The carbocation is not stabilized by resonance. Right. So that is going to be the false statement here. Right. That is going to be the false statement. So answer is going to be assertion is correct, and the reason here is the wrong statement here. Right. The reason here is the wrong statement here. Right, students? Okay. Yes. Next we have the rate law, unlike the expression for equilibrium constant. Chemical kinetics and equilibrium. The components for concentration do not necessarily match the stoichiometric coefficients. Right? So that is true. Right? It is the mechanism, not the balanced chemical equation for the overall change, that governs the reaction rate. Okay, now very important, rate of the reaction is not dependent on the stoichiometric coefficient. They may or may not be, right? It is the mechanism, right, which is the slowest step that determines the reaction. That is also true. So now they ask you why rate law is not dependent on the stoichiometry, because it is dependent on the mechanism, on the slowest step. So answer is going to be A and B, both are false, and both are like, reason is the correct explanation of the assertion that we have produced here, right? Okay, right, students? A. Then we have next question, students. Half century is done here. Next we have nucleotides are phosphate esters of nucleosides. So let us see who answer this question. Let us see who answer this question. Let us see who answers this question. This is from biomolecules, right? Baswa sir is going to, scold you if you answer this incorrectly. So nucleotides are phosphate esters of nucleosides. Is it true? Is it true, students? Is it true? Yes, the various nucleotides in nucleic acids are, okay, what is the difference between nucleotide and nucleoside? In nucleoside, we don't have phosphate group there, right? We have just base and the sugar, right? So that is, the various nucleotides in nucleic acid are linked either through purine or pyrimidine bases, right? Is it? No, they are not linked to, various nucleotides are not linked through purine or pyrimidine, right? So that is the false statement here. Right, so we already identified this. Are phosphate esters of this? That is true, right? That is true, because nucleosides do not have phosphate groups and nucleotides have phosphate groups. So answer is going to be assertion is correct, and the reason is the wrong statement here, right? So the answer is going to be 24. The answer is going to be C is the correct answer, right, students? Okay, yes. Now next statement we have carboxylic acid do not undergo Friedel-Crafts reaction. Right, carboxyl group is meta-directing groups. Now the answer is, that is true that carboxylic acid do not undergo Friedel-Crafts. What is the reason behind that? This is also true. Both are true. But is it A or B? Is it A or B? Everyone here, is it A or B? Both are the true statement. You all know that this is the meta-directing and this does not undergo Friedel-Crafts reaction. But what is the answer? Is it because it is a meta-directing? No, that cannot be the answer. The answer is that the COH group, students, the COH group, this group, okay, this is the acidic group, right? We know that in Friedel-Crafts acylation or alkylation, we have this Lewis acid, which is electron deficient, So it is going to go on that side which is electron rich, and we know that because of the lone pair on oxygen, this is going to attack here. The lone pair of oxygen are going to donate the electrons to this Lewis acid, and the reaction will be different from Friedel-Crafts acylation and alkylation. Because why not aldehydes? Because on aldehydes we do not have that oxygen which has complete two lone pairs totally there, right? Okay, so that is why the answer is going to be assertion and reasoning. Both are correct, and statements are not explaining. The reason is not explaining the assertion here, right? Okay, yes, students. Next question, students. Next question, students. Hoffman degradation of benzamide gives aniline. Hoffman degradation of benzamine gives aniline. That is true. Hoffman bromamide degradation. This group is this CONH2 is getting converted to NH2, right? This will be removed here. CO carbonyl group will be removed here. Yeah. Hoffman bromamide degradation reaction can be used for descending amine series. Everyone here, can it be used for descending amine series? Can it be used for descending amine series? Yes, everyone here. Can it be used for descending amine series or not? We have ascending amine series, we have descending amine series, right? We have both of them, right? We have both of them. Yes, students? B for biology. Acha. Okay. So that is also true. You are writing B for biology. Something related with its reaction. Okay, very good, very good. I think the chat is lagging because I'm getting your answer after like 1 to 2 seconds. There is some lag. Is it? Okay. So now students, there is Hoffman bromamide degradation. Okay. So how they are interrelated to each other? Hoffman gives aniline, that is true. That is degrading, that is also true. Right? Okay. So here we will say A is the correct answer. A is the correct answer, right? That is degrading because this carbon, there is one carbon less here, okay? That is why it is descending, right? The carbon that is not increasing, it is decreasing. That is actually descending, right? Okay. Now, a monolysis of alkyl halides involve reaction between alkyl halides and alcoholic ammonia. A monolysis of alkyl halides mainly produces 2-degree amine. Is it correct or it is not correct? Everyone here? Everyone here? A monolysis where we have 1 degree converted to 2 degree, then it is converted to 3 degree, then we have it is converted to quaternary salt, right? Okay. Now, a monolysis of alkyl halides involve reaction between alkyl and this. That is true, right? That is true. But a monolysis of alkyl halide produces mainly 2 degree amine. No, 1 degree, 2 degree, 3 degree quaternary ammonium salt. That is RNH. RNH3, this should be R4, wait, this should be R4N, this is positive, right? That is a quaternary ammonium salt, right? Okay, students, so this is false, so answer is going to be assertion is correct and the statement is wrong here, right? So C is going to be the correct answer. Next question, students, we have next question, student. Copper is dissolved at anode and deposited at cathode. When copper electrodes are used, everyone, what is the correct statement? Copper is dissolved at anode and deposited at cathode. When copper electrode are used and electrolyte this solution. So we have Cu, 2 positive, SO4, 2 negative. These are the 2 ions that we have. It dissolved at anode and deposited at cathode. Okay. Yes, they're talking about the anode mud, right? They're talking about the anode mud here. So now, student, what is going to be the correct answer? Standard oxidation potential of copper is less than standard oxidation potential of water, and standard reduction potential of copper is greater than this. You need to, this is the little bit thoughtful question. Okay, little bit thoughtful question. Okay, now copper is dissolved at anode, right? That is dissolved, and one is deposited, right, at anode and deposited at cathode. Okay, so now this is Cu2 positive, this is the positive, so it will go to the negative, right? Negative means that we have cathode, negative we have cathode. So now this is the true statement. Copper is deposited at cathode, dissolved at anode, right? The impure copper, right? Impure copper is deposited at the anode side. That is why we call anode mud, right? Anode mud, right? Okay, that is true. Standard oxidation potential of copper is less than the standard oxidation potential of water, and standard reduction potential is greater than this, and vice versa, right? And vice versa. So here, is this statement true, right? Standard oxidation potential of oxidation, if we talk about reduction potential of copper, actually the water is more than copper, right? Right, the standard of reduction potential of water is more. So this is a false statement. So answer is going to be, assertion is correct and the reason is wrong here, right? Okay, C for chutney. Wow, are you eating samosas and all? So next is Henry's law, Raoult's law are not independent. Henry's law and Raoult's law are not independent. One can be derived from the other. The partial pressure is directly proportional to the mole fraction of the concerned species for the ideal solutions. Right, students? So everyone here, what is the correct, what is the wrong answer? What is the correct, what is the wrong answer? So as you all know, what is Raoult's law? This is P is equals to mole fraction. This is P naught, that is the pure state vapor pressure, right? That is Raoult's law. And what about Henry's law? This is partial pressure is equals to mole fraction here, and this is the Henry's constant. So in a way, both are similar. Both are similar. This difference, the constant. Here the constant is vapor pressure, pure state vapor pressure. Here the constant is Henry's constant. So both are not independent. That is the true statement. The partial pressure is directly proportional. That is also the true statement. Are they dependent on each other or not? Is there any relation between them? Henry's and Raoult's law independent. Why so? This should be the reason, but we can't see this reason here. If in this statement they have written that, okay, also in Henry's law you have this thing, then we would have said the right answer is A. But now they have not given the correct statement for Henry's law. So that is why we will say B is the correct statement, because the answer is not explained properly here. Right? So answer is not explained properly. So here we will say B is going to be the correct statement. Okay, students, B is going to be the correct statement. Both symmetrical and unsymmetrical ethers can be prepared by this. Right? Both symmetrical and unsymmetrical ethers can be prepared by this. Is it true? Right? Okay, don't confuse this with the Wood's reaction. Both can be formed. Only the here important line is that the halide should be primary halides. That should not be secondary or tertiary because of steric hindrance here. Right? So Williams synthesis is an example of nucleophilic substitution reaction. That is also true. Right? Okay. Both symmetrical and unsymmetrical can be prepared. And Williams synthesis example of both are correct, but there is no proper reasoning to that. Okay, so here definitely we'll say no confusion here. B is the correct answer. Okay, easy peasy. So this is B is the correct answer. Next we have glycine exists as zwitterion. Yes, this is exists as zwitterion. This amino acid. It exists as zwitterion, but ortho and para amino benzoic acid do not exist as zwitterion. Right? That is also true. That is true. Due to presence of NH2COH group within the same molecule, they neutralize each other and hence alpha amino acids exist as dipolar or zwitterion. That is also the true statement. Why glycine exists as zwitterion? Because it has NH2 and COH group, both acidic and basic group in the same molecule. That is why it exists as zwitterion. So here, wait. Due to the presence of NH2, this group within the same molecule, they neutralize each other and hence alpha amino acids act as. Here they are talking about the alpha amino acid, not glycine. Why wait. Alpha exists as dipolar. Why this para? So what is the answer to this? They have just given the answer to this one, not this one. Why para amino acid do not? There is no answer to that. There is no answer to that. Wait. There is no answer to this one. Why para-amino acid? This is a tricky question. Okay, this is a tricky question. They have just given the answer to glycine exists as zwitterion. Ortho-para-amino-benzoic acid do not exist. Right? They have not given the proper explanation here. Right? Because in para-amino-benzoic acid also you have NH2 and benzoic acid same here. Right? Also in that also you have the same thing. Right? So that is why this is not the correct explanation of this. The statement is true, but this is not explanation of that. Right? So here we will say B is the correct answer. Right? Here we will say B is the correct answer. Yes, students, that was a tricky question. That was a tricky question. Right? Okay? Yes, cool. Next question. Next question, students. We have next question, students. F negative is a weak ligand and forms outer orbital complex. F negative is a weak, that is the true statement, right? F negative is a weak ligand and forms an outer orbital complex, that is sp3d2 complex. We are talking about sp3d2. sp3d2, right? Okay. F negative cannot force the electrons of this and this orbitals of the inner shell to occupy this orbitals of the same shell. Right? F orbital cannot force, that is a weak ligand, right? In weak ligand, in octahedral complexes, if we say, in weak ligand, that is something like this, okay? It's something like this. Here you have dx square, y square and dz square. Cannot force the electrons of this and this orbitals of inner shell to occupy this orbitals of the same shell. Because it is a weak field ligand, right? It is a weak field ligand. The distance here is very less, right? So that is also true. But if we say the explanation part, we say the explanation part here. If we talk about the explanation part, why F negative is this is by CFT, right? This is given by CFT theory they are talking about, right? So F negative cannot force the electrons of this and this orbitals of inner shell to occupy this. So for example, this is a weak field ligand. Weak field ligand has less gap here, so it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Okay. For a strong field ligand, when the gap is very high, it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will force the electrons of X, Y, Y, Z and ZX to be here. Okay, it will force it. It will force the electrons of dx square minus y square and dz square to be here. It will force it to pair down. There is no pairing in weak field ligand. So that is also the true statement. So here, that is the correct explanation. So A is going to be the correct answer here. Right? A is going to be the correct answer here, students. A is going to be the correct answer. Right? Okay. This is a good question. Yes. Yes, students. Very good. Very good. Now we have, next is aromatic aldehyde and formaldehyde undergo Cannizzaro reaction. Oh God.
Sorry.
You just scared me.
Students,
Hi students, Gopika ma'am just scared me. She is so eager to teach you guys.
No. I was just coming to check on Deeksha ma'am.
Okay, am I fine?
Yeah, you're fine. Students, how is the Josh, yeah?
So
How is it,
yeah,
B for Deeksha ma'am, from when on?
I don't know. B for
Then even I
Barbie
want
doll
one
Diksha
letter.
ma'am. A for amazing Gopika ma'am.
Yeah, even I want a letter. Because G to option, it will never come.
Yeah, A, B, C, D. The students will go mad if there is G, A, B, C, D, F, G.
Yeah, exactly. Students, how is the energy, yeah? A for Avogado.
Sure. Oh God, they're
You
rich people.
hybrid.
They're rich people.
Hybrid avocado. Not avocado, avogrado.
Avogrado.
Grado.
So how's the Josh? Show Gopika ma'am some Josh. Where are your likes? Where are your hearts?
Lag is there?
Show hearts.
Lag is not there, no? They're telling lag. Chumma there.
Yeah, there is some lag, I feel.
Is it?
Yeah, because
I mean, chats are lagging, but
this is not lagging chats.
after scaring Gopika ma'am, like, sorry. Then what else will I tell? I'll buy you, ma'am, a treat because I scared you. I will take you to a hospital to check your
A
heart rate.
hospital, oh God.
What else should I tell
You
students?
just buy me one pizza.
Okay, let's think about it. Ma'am had already 2 pizzas. And
Okay.
yes. Chalo. Next bio will come, ma'am. How many more questions you have? Another?
Yeah, just it will be finished by in 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay. Baswasa went to put makeup, so he asked me to check
Oh,
on
he's
you.
like that girls, no, that the
Girls
girls, paparazzi and all that.
Paparazzis are waiting, so girls are coming behind us. So you put makeup and come. Students, please don't tell this to sir. Sir will never ever know that I came to this live and told this.
Baswas will be like, why always me, ma'am? Why?
No, the students, what they'll do, no, they'll put that timestamp and they'll be like, Gopika ma'am spoke about you, Baswa sir. Don't do it. Strict actions will be taken.
One student is saying, Sarth is saying, ma'am, did you eat dosa? Tell them. Gopika ma'am was so frustrated. She's like, she's eating dosa and dosa day and night. She's eating dosa. She's like, please. I eat dosa. I eat dosa every morning. Please.
Did you all smash the like button? Did you all smash the like button? No?
Twinkle Lahori.
Students, don't tell Baswa sir, please. Let's protect our... let's protect my name, okay? Hi, Harshit. Okay, ma'am, continue.
Okay. So, she'll be back in 10 to 15 minutes. Till then, we should complete our session, okay? Yes, students? Okay. Baswa sir crying in corner or laughing. I don't know. Is he crying or laughing? Okay. So, 33rd is aromatic aldehydes and formaldehyde undergo Cannizzaro reaction. Aromatic aldehyde are almost as reactive as formaldehyde. Everyone here. Okay. Come back. Back to the session. Everyone, back to the session. Yes, so what is the correct answer here? Everyone, what is the correct answer here? Aromatic aldehydes, formaldehyde undergo because Cannizzaro reaction is shown by those which do not have alpha hydrogen. So they both undergo Cannizzaro reaction. That is true, right? Okay, next is aromatic aldehyde are almost as reactive as formaldehyde. That is not true, right? That is not true. That is a false reaction. Okay, so answer is going to be assertion is correct and the reason is wrong statement, right? Okay, justice for Baswa sir. Now, she's saying don't tell. Okay, so now students, we have next one, where we are, yeah. Next statement, yeah, this is this one. So now we have 34. The order of reaction can be fractional, but molecularity can never be fractional. Everyone, order of the reaction can be fractional. That is true. Molecularity can never be fractional. It can be. A half molecule can react. 2.5 molecule can react. No, that is not possible. Right? So that molecularity, how many molecules are colliding? Right? That is the molecularity. Order of the reaction does not depend on the stoichiometric coefficient. That is also true. Are they interrelated or are they not interrelated? Order of the reaction can be fractional, right? Okay, but molecularity can never be fractional. Order of the reaction does not depend on the stoichiometry of the balanced reaction. Why this can be fractional? Because it does not depend on the stoichiometry, right? It does not depend on the stoichiometry. That is why it can be. So A is a correct statement. Assertion and reasoning both are correct. Statement and reasoning are the correct explanation of each other. Okay, so A is going to be the correct answer. Right, students? Next, we have acetone aniline solution show negative deviation. Acetone, negative deviation. We have A-B interactions increases. This increases. I'll write here A-B interactions increases. That means A-B interactions are more than AA and BB interactions. Right? Maybe there is some hydrogen bonding or anything. So they're showing negative deviation. Acetone itself and aniline together, they can show a hydrogen bonding here, right? So here we can write there will increase in the hydrogen bonding. So this is true. They will show negative deviation. The interactions are going to increase here. Hydrogen bonding between acetone and aniline is stronger. Hydrogen bonding is stronger than between this and this. That is also true. And that is the reason. So A is the correct answer, right? So A is the correct answer. Everyone, we have completed this. Yes. Yes, students? Yes. Okay. Why C? Why C? A is the correct answer. Assertion and reasoning both are the correct statement and that is the correct explanation. Right? So, it is the A is the correct answer. Next is azeotropic mixtures are formed only by non-ideal solution. Yeah, that is true. Only by non-ideal solution, which have either more or less boiling point. Yeah. The composition of vapor phase is same as that of liquid phase of azeotropic mixtures. Right? Okay. So that is the composition. What we azeotropic, when the boiling, there is difference in the, for example, I'm saying the positive deviation. In the positive deviation, AB interactions are less. That means less boiling point is needed. That means it will show minimum boiling point azeotrope. Right? So here the composition of vapor phase is same as that of liquid phase. So that is also the correct statement. Right? So are they interrelated to each other? No, they are not interrelated. Why this? Because of this, they are not interrelated. This is not the explanation. So B is going to be the correct answer. Right? Okay. So B is going to be the correct answer. There is no explanation. Why azeotropic mixtures are formed only by non-ideal solution? Because same as liquid phase. No, that is not true. Right? Okay, that is, it is true for azeotropic. This is also true, but they are not interrelated to each other. Right? Okay. So students, next is has D2sp3 type hybridization, and this shows magnetic moment. You need to tell this. This is your from coordination chemistry. Which it has which hybridization and what are the paramagnetic diamagnetic character. So everyone here, paramagnetic diamagnetic character. Yes, students. So everyone, this is going to be x minus 6 is equals to minus 3, x is equals to plus 6. So basically Fe has D6S2, and here it will be 3, so this will be D5. So it is going to have, and shows magnetic moment 2 unpaired electrons. No, it has 5 unpaired, so this is wrong. Right? This is the wrong, wait, 2, yeah. So it has 5 unpaired electrons. So this is already false. Right? So this is true. Right? So it is going to be C. That is, assertion is correct in the statement. Reason is the wrong statement here. So C is going to be the correct answer. Right? Okay. Yes, students. Okay. Next, students, we have, wait. Why it is written this here? So wait, x minus 6 is equals to minus 3, x is equals to plus 3. Wait, students, Fe, that is 26, 18, S2, D6. This positive, this should be D5. Oh, this is D5. This is a strong field ligand. This is a strong field ligand. So there will be pairing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it will be just 1 unpaired electron. This should be 1 unpaired electron, okay? The unpaired electron, I thought it is a weak field ligand, but it has a strong field ligand, so there should be just 1 unpaired electron, right? Okay, students, next is glucose gets oxidized to gluconic acid on reaction with mild oxidizing agent like bromine water. Glucose contains a keto group. Glucose contains a keto group. It does contain a, no, it has a aldehyde group. False already. So the statement D, C is the correct answer. Here C is the correct answer, not D. C is the correct answer. Gets oxidized to gluconic acid on reaction with mild oxidizing agents like bromine water. That is also true. We have done it in like the reaction of glucose, how the structure was identified, right? So C is the correct answer, right? So solutions have negative deviation from Raoult's law showing delta V mix. Negative deviation, delta V is negative, right? So this is the false statement. Next we have, so if this is false, the answer D is going to be right. Okay, but still we'll see this also. Solute solvent interactions are stronger than solute solvent interactions, right? Okay. So now in negative deviation we know that the AB interactions are more than AA and BB interactions. So this is also true. So the answer D is the correct answer, right? Baswa sir is also answering. Okay, so next is relative lowering of vapor pressure is directly proportional to the, let us ask Gopika ma'am and Baswa sir also. Relative lowering, firstly students, then you guys. Okay, let us come. Okay, Come here. Okay. So let us see what they answer.
Okay. Relative lowering of vapor pressure is directly proportional to the number of ions present in a solution. If vapor pressure is decreasing, okay. Relative lowering of vapor pressure of 0.1 molar sugar solution is less than of 0.1 molar urea. I think Gopika will answer. I think Gopika will
That
answer.
is not even fair. What is wrong with you people?
I think
Let us see.
I think it's option number C.
Okay.
Let's see.
How you answer that? Like any idea?
No,
Randomly.
I remember vapor pressure a little bit, but I don't remember exactly. Remember, when we call vapor pressure is equal to what?
Huh?
The evaporation, something we used to call, no? Vapor pressure is equal to atmosphere.
No. Okay.
Something.
Students will get confused now. But yeah, not in this chapter, this is not related to that. But yeah, you are right, like evaporation and all that, vapors. Yeah. So, assertion, the relative lowering of vapor pressure is directly proportional to the number of ions present in the solution. That is the true statement, right? That is the true statement. Because relative, yeah, sure.
C.
C.
Assertion is correct statement, but reason is wrong statement.
Why?
I think it's D.
I think it's C.
Okay, let us see between C and D. So now let us see. The relative lowering of vapor pressure of 0.1 sugar solution is less than the urea. So we know that sugar solution, guys, please. Okay, so now the relative lowering of vapor pressure of this is lower than this. So now students, the molarity is same here. Okay, relative lowering of vapor pressure is directly proportional to the mole fraction of solute. Okay, that is directly proportional to the mole fraction of solute. That means it is directly proportional to the number of solute particles. That is true. So now relative lowering of vapor pressure of sugar and urea, that is non-electrolyte, are they going to be is less? No, both are non-electrolytes, it should be same, right? So that is the false statements, because here also
Non-electrolytes have same vapor pressure relative.
no, that is the formula. We have this want of factor, and for non-electrolyte that is 1. In case of association or dissociation, we increase or decrease it, so it is going to be 1. So the answer is it is going to be same. So here C is the correct answer. And students, we have 10 questions for your homework, right, from all the chapters. Do it yourself. You will get the PDF, right, on the Telegram channel and on the comment section itself. And here comes the biology section, right? So I hope so that you enjoyed the chemistry and physics section, and now you will definitely enjoy biology section, because they have been working really hard from the whole day, right? Working. So yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, keep this.
Now they're telling the answer. I told him to tell. I didn't tell him.
No.
Okay, then bye-bye, students.
Bye bye, ma'am.
Pista.
Yeah, my confidence was right. No, it was C only. Vaswasa is telling some nonsense today.
Look at your photo there.
Here. Something is wrong with Vaswasa. I came from temple before taking that photo.
Okay, students.
Okay. Yes. So welcome to our biology session. That is your assertion and reasoning.
So, are you ready, students? Quickly.
Diksha.
Ma'am, your phone is here. Students, are you ready for bio section now? We have been done with physics as well as your chemistry. Now we'll be going to biology questions. Compared to physics as well as your chemistry, biology assertion reasons can actually be tricky little.
Yeah.
Yes, because they're directly
Statement.
statement based, right? But they can be a little tricky. But let's see how the questions are. And first, we'll start with general. Both of us will be here.
Yeah.
Then we can do plant human physiology. Then I'll do plant physiology.
Okay, done. Are
Right,
we all
ma'am.
ready? Can we
Right.
have some energy in the chat box?
Yes. Some energy in the chat.
Little energy.
Little bit one molar of energy.
At least like you have had food.
You had food. Huh?
We had.
Okay.
They had. They
If you had food, give us some energy. Accidentally ate some plants. All of us these plants. We eat rice, we eat chapati. Plant
You
based.
do photosynthesis.
Yeah, I do photosynthesis. That's there.
So yes, all of you quickly in the chat.
Quickly like the video and we'll start with the questions now,
We're just
students.
going, yeah, because bio is so easy or what?
Huh.
They're telling us like cracker company, you know, like we have standard.
Firecracker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's not waste any time. Before we start, let's quickly tell them about our test series. Because students, all of you are aware, right? We have been telling you continuously because this is the last time where we are actually going to give it something for free. After this might even become paid. We never know. So right now, Shreyas sir has requested the entire Vedantu team to make the test series free for everyone. So that has been made right now. So it is your duty right now, not even your. When I say duty, it is you have to do it. That is, take advantage of this test series. So will you do it? Promise in the chat. Will you take the advantage of it completely?
Yes, I would have taken if I was a student. So student, the last day to enroll is April 28th. So do not delay. Quickly go to the description box, just put your phone number, OTP, and you would have enrolled and you will get the test series. Okay, and it will happen in both online and offline centers. So if there are any centers near your place, according to what we are showing, okay, if there are any offline centers near, just go there and write so that you will get a feel of that exam.
Exactly.
Fine. And if you're going to the offline centers, you're also going to get the performance kit. You're also going to get a complete 360 analysis of your paper, and maybe you'll also be able to meet some really eminent teachers of Vedantu. Okay, so let's start.
First question, ma'am.
Yes.
The first question is right here. Can I read the question, ma'am?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Students, the first question is here right here. Assertion: the cyclic changes in the ovary and uterus during menstrual cycle are induced by the changes in the levels of pituitary and ovarian hormones. Reason: during ovulation, only one ovum is released per menstrual cycle. Yes. Take some time and think.
Link is in the description. Okay.
Yes, link is there in the description. You can join from there.
Students, link is in the description. Okay. Already enrolled.
Let me read it for you once again. The cyclic changes in an ovary and uterus during menstrual cycle are induced by changes in the levels of pituitary and ovarian hormones. True. During the ovulation, only one ovum is released per menstrual cycle. Yes. Is it A or B? Don't get confused, students. Tell me in the chat if release of ovary, is it explaining the hormones here? Just check once again. Yes.
I think they can see the link.
Yes, they can see.
Yes.
Students.
They're telling the answer. Yes, they're telling B, sir. That's
Yes.
Very
Absolutely,
good.
students.
Very good.
Very good. Students, this is how you become confident in your assertion reason, and it is not C, students. It is not C at all because, see, why can reason is wrong? No, because generally in the case of females, during one menstrual cycle, one ovary is releasing egg. Only in some special cases it might happen. It might happen, but according to your NCRT, it is given clearly that during menstrual cycle, during ovulation, only one ovum is released per menstrual cycle.
Yes.
Right?
Awesome.
Okay. Next question, ma'am. The Leydig cells are present outside the seminiferous tubule. Yes, Leydig cells are also called as your, what can you tell me in chat? Then Leydig cells are synthesize and secrete testicular hormone called as androgen. See, if you look at the structure of seminiferous tubule, it has two cells. One is nerve cells, other one is just spermatogonia cells. But in the something called as interstitial space, we have a special type of cell called as your Leydig cells. Now, what is Leydig cell secreting? Tell us in the chat. Yes. Is it both of them are correct, ma'am? Now here, is this explaining the assertion? No. So
Very good. They have told the answer. Awesome. So assertion and reason both are true, but reason is not the correct explanation for assertion. So individually they are right, but they are not the explanation for each other. Okay.
Explain the fact
that yeah.
Yes.
Okay, next one. Seminiferous tubules is a structural and functional unit of testis. Okay, each testis has about 250 compartments called as testicular lobules, and each lobule contains 1 to 3 highly coiled seminiferous tubules, and it forms sperms. Okay, so what's the answer for this?
Let's give them 10 seconds, ma'am. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up. Students, you know that seminiferous tubule is called as the structural and functional unit of testis. Why? Because it is the site for the sperm production. Now, can we see the reason here, the same reason? Yes? No.
Okay. Answer?
Yes.
Yes.
See,
Very good.
the reason is given here and the assertion is given there.
Some of
So,
them told B, yeah.
why B? Why are you saying B now? I don't understand. Students, see here it is exactly explaining that, right? See, seminiferous tubule is a structural and functional unit of testis.
What are you doing?
Now, why is it called a structural and functional unit? Because structurally it has 250 structurally it has 3 different cells, and functionally it is a site for production of sperms. Hence, that is the reason. Yes.
Awesome. So those who told B, please correct yourself. It is A, right? Yes. Condoms, diaphragms, cervical caps, and walls are barriers. Reason: it prevents conception by blocking the entry of sperms into the female genital tract. Such a direct question, right? It's a direct question, and the question is exactly NCRT lines. Okay. So all of you quickly tell I think there's a delay in the chat, but otherwise it's good to go, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Chalo, very good, awesome. Assertion and reason both are true, and reason is the correct explanation for assertion. Okay, all these methods are contraceptive methods, so they will basically avoid the sperm entry. Simple.
Exactly.
Next question. In India, IUDs like copper T is one of the most widely accepted method of contraception. This question, sir, remember last time also it was there as a Neet 2000. Yeah, Neet PYQ. So next reason, it can be self-inserted by the user. It is clearly mentioned that a female cannot insert the copper T on her own, or any of the IUDs, be it multi-load 375, be it copper T, they cannot insert it by themselves, right? Okay. Now, what's the answer? Obviously, assertion is true, but reason is false. They need to go to a proper doctor to get it. Yes, very good. Did they say? See, yes, they told. Next one. Amniocentesis is usually not performed these days. Reason: actually it was made for diagnosis of congenital diseases in the early embryo, but unfortunately it was misused for sex determination of fetus. Yes.
This is a very direct question. You cannot go wrong here. You cannot go wrong here. Absolutely. It's a very direct question and very easy, ma'am.
Okay, before that, did you all smash the like button? Did you all bunk the class? I saw that a lot of you bunked the class in the morning for the only girl session.
Yes.
Yeah, all the boys especially.
Yeah, all the boys were missing because we told only for girls, so boys were missing.
Do you realize the real audience of the boys? Target audience was the girls.
I don't know.
Students, look at him lying on my face. Okay, so what is it? Assertion and reason both are true. So to avoid female homicide, amniocentesis is completely banned in India. In other places, still, gender reveal is happening because they take it in a more sportive way. But earlier, it used to. Nowadays, a lot of people are educated. Okay, now, so you want to read?
Yes. A wide range of contraceptive methods are presently available in which IUDs, implants, and surgical methods are non-hormonal methods. Reason: an ideal contraceptive should be irreversible with least side effects. It's a little tricky.
Yeah, little
tricky.
But I think if you have read NCRT, then you will definitely catch this. This reason, exactly is there.
Even the assertion also they'll get to know.
Yes. Quickly, students, answer. Look at him. Okay. Very good. See, the number has increased. Awesome. Now, all of you quickly. Okay, sir. Can we see the answer?
Yes, ma'am.
So, yes.
This was the trap here, students, because we know that your implants and yours are. First of all, assertion is wrong because of here, everyone is not non-hormonal.
Yes.
We have implants which are technically hormonal in nature. And here, if you see the reason, an ideal contraceptive should be irreversible. No, it should be reversible. It should be reversible and with no or least side effects.
Yes.
No or least side effects.
Exact line of NCRT.
Exact line of NCRT. There has been no changes whatsoever, right?
Yes. Exact line. So, I hope this is clear. No doubts for this. Yes. So, mitochondria, powerhouse of the cell. Okay, mitochondria is an important cell organelle of both eukaryotes and prokaryotes. Reason: they are called powerhouse and involved in anaerobic respiration.
Ma'am, you're giving away the hint.
No.
You gave the hint. I saw the hint. By the way you read only, you gave the hint.
I can do things because you people, you lie to me.
Ben.
Just now you told the boys.
No.
Didn't read the assertion? Please read the assertion.
Okay. Mitochondria. Mitochondria is an important cell organelle for both eukaryotes as well as your prokaryotes, which is obviously wrong because in your prokaryotes you do not find your mitochondria. Then we have they're called as the powerhouse and involved in the anaerobic respiration. No,
Twinkle is telling.
Twinkle is telling.
Aerobic respiration.
It's supposed to be aerobic respiration because we know the oxidative phosphorylation happens in your mitochondria. If there is no and it's supposed to be aerobic respiration.
So it's like,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, both are wrong.
Both are wrong.
Fine. Very good. Awesome. B for doctor.
The endomembrane system includes endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi complex,
I think people who have read NCRT will be able to catch all these words, or else they'll get confused. What is this endomembrane system? My God, what is this? I've only studied about plasma membrane. Why are they asking me about endomembrane system? Right? So answer? I think they answered, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, did I not show? Huh.
Okay.
Okay, assertion and reason. Okay,
Both are correct.
both are true. Next, sir.
Next question, ma'am.
A special membranous structure is the mesosome, which is formed by an extension of the plasma membrane into the cell. Reason: in some prokaryotes like cyanobacteria, there are other membranous extensions called chromatophores present. Did I stress anything? No, right?
Students.
Sir is like reading news, it seems. Even I wanted to tell.
Ah.
Yeah, it's like you're reading news. Today morning, 2 trucks crashed and 5 people.
The thing
are in
is,
a
too much of burger.
situation. So we are all praying for the family members.
Yes, we are.
BBC.
BBC News.
Come on, so please read like a teacher.
So, a special membrane structure is a mesosome which is formed by the extension of your plasma membrane into the cells.
They already told the answer. Very good.
Very good.
Assertion and reason both are true, but reason is not the correct explanation for assertion. Chalo, next question. Cells that have membrane-bound nuclei are called eukaryotic, whereas cells that lack a membrane-bound nucleus are called prokaryotic. Ribosomes are a non-membrane-bound organelles found in all cells, both eukaryote as well as prokaryotes. 2 decades later, I finished reading the question.
I was really looking at you. Exactly, it's like goal now. Like how in football commentary, have you read? Anchor Messi, anchor Messi, anchor Messi, anchor Messi, goal, 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 goal.
Come on, what's the answer?
That was the answer, right?
Yes, very good, awesome. Yes, assertion, reason, both are true. Again, reason is not the explanation for assertion. Chalo, meiosis. Okay.
Okay. Meiosis 1 is called as your reduction division, while meiosis 2 is called as your equational division. Why? Because in meiosis 1, the chromosome number becomes half. Meiosis 1. In compared to the parent cell, while in the meiosis 2, no change in the chromosome number. Again, it's a very direct question. If you have basic knowledge about mitosis and meiosis or meiosis in general, you should be able to answer this question very easily.
And again, it is given because your meiosis 2 is only explained as a kutti paragraph, like around 5 lines. So this is the same line. Very good. Yes, awesome. Let's see the answer. Yes, assertion, reason, both are true, and reason is the correct explanation for assertion. Very good, awesome. Now, in animal cell, during the S phase, DNA replication begins in the nucleus and centriole duplicates in the cytoplasm. During the G0 phase, proteins are synthesized in the preparation of mitosis while cell growth continues.
Ma'am, by reading the reason only, they'll get to the answer.
Yeah, that's it.
By reading the reason itself, they'll get to know the answer very well.
Are they telling A for this one or the previous one? Come on.
I think previous one.
A for Ames. Let's see.
I was going to say A for apple.
Okay. Assertion is true, but reason is completely wrong.
Because we know in the G0 phase, it's called a quiescent phase, where the cell becomes temporarily inactive, like a resting phase, but metabolically active, but it is in resting phase, right? So
Growth, division, all that is not happening. Yes, next one. The DNA fragments separate or resolve according to their size through sieving effect provided by the agarose gel. Okay, hence the larger fragment size, the farther it moves. The further.
Do you think the larger fragments will go further, or do you think the smaller fragments will go further? Yes.
Yes, all of you.
Yes, Sakhil.
Sagil Aman. Yes. Yeah, Sakhil. All their names are very fancy, yeah.
Your name also. What is the meaning of your name?
I don't know.
Hey, come on.
What's your name? Basvasaurus?
I know my name.
Then even I'll tell you outside the studio.
Oh, because you don't know.
I know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, see for chutney, it seems. Khichadi these people will make off in life. Very good. Assertion is true, but reason is wrong. Because we told him lighter ones, the smaller ones will go farther away. Okay. Now, each restriction endonuclease recognizes a specific palindromic nucleotide sequence in the DNA.
Correct.
The palindrome in DNA is a sequence of base pair that reads
Read same.
same on the two strands when orientation of reading is kept different. Palindromic sequence means wow, mom, Malayalam. However you read it, it's going to be the same. Okay? Don't tell. Keep quiet. They're trying to search my name meaning. These kids have no job. They roast teachers in the life.
Yeah. See, ma'am, your name they might have heard. They would never have heard my name, for sure.
They would have heard it in some history book or something.
Yeah. Because it's Horus, no, old.
Not Saurus. Your
Yeah,
normal
general
name
name.
also. They would have
Yeah.
heard it in
History.
Hampi Kingdom or
Yes.
I forgot to all the kingdom. Vishakhapatnam. Some kingdoms.
I'll take away the mic from ma'am before she messes up any geography or history.
Okay, assertion is true, but reason is wrong. Good job. Shalom. To be a cloning. Hello, I'm reading. Read.
Sorry.
No, read.
To be a cloning vector, a plasmid requires an origin of replication. Yes, we know that. Ori is a sequence from which replication starts, and any piece of DNA, when linked to this sequence, can be made to replicate within the host cell. Yes.
You know whom I remembered? Ori. This is how students are going to remember. We have to keep connecting. Why only Basva sir OP? You cannot see my existence.
Okay, yes. Everyone in the chat, Gopika, I'm OP.
I don't want like that.
You're like, why is supporting me, no? Suddenly.
Laddu Yadav? No. No. People break my promise, no? You see.
What promise?
Just like that, I was telling them how they can score 700 plus. That's what I was telling. Okay, come on. Let's go back to the question. Okay, very good. Assertion and reasoning. Okay? Yes, assertion and reasoning. So,
Next question, ma'am. Transgenic cow. I have the mic.
Okay.
Transgenic cow Rosie produced human protein enriched milk was nutritionally a more balanced product for human babies than natural cow milk. The milk contains the human alpha lactobulin, right? Easy question, that question. This is the easy question, ma'am.
Yeah, let's give them 2-3 minutes.
3 minutes?
No, sorry, 2-3 seconds.
2 seconds.
Minute I told you. Sorry, students. Little time problem is there. Yes, quickly tell.
If you ligate a DNA into the Ori site, the Ori site will become inactivated and there is no more be any replication. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So, and no one will be stupid enough to do that because you need to replicate your DNA, right? That is the main reason you're doing the process.
And ORI needs to be there for origin of replication to happen. Even if you know normal DNA replication also, all the enzymes, right, we use, everything starts from the origin of replication, right? So yes, very good. Awesome. Yes, very good. A, both are true. This is a direct question. Recombinant DNA technology, polymerase chain reaction and enzyme linked immunosorbent assay are the use for diagnosis. Perfect. Okay. Reason, it is used for early diagnosis of disease when concentration of pathogen is very high in the body. Very high in the body. All of you.
The clue is already on the board.
Yes, the clue is on the board. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Did they tell the answer?
No. Let them take.
Okay, let them tell.
Let them take 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up now.
Yeah, I think one student told. Who was that? Aditya.
This is going to be wrong because it should be not very high. It should be very low.
Low. Now, ADA deficiency patient can be cured by bone marrow transplantation.
Yes.
Yes, and injection of a functional ADA enzyme.
Enzyme.
Okay, both of these approaches are completely curative. That means from root you can completely pull this out, and then that person will never have this problem again. So, is that possible?
Is that possible? Can we ask when can we change a person completely? Can we change Gopika completely? No, right?
Do you want me to change students? I will change. I can have multiple
Personalities, realities.
personalities.
Some disorder, yeah. Disorder. Ma'am has some disorder.
I'll complain to get stress and wait.
I'll come to Diksha, ma'am.
Who did that? Who told mean things? Yes, very good.
Assertion is true.
but reason is wrong.
You're wrong.
Okay. So,
For effective treatment of a disease, early diagnosis and understanding of pathopsychology is very important. Early detection is possible by using conventional methods for diagnosis through serum and urine analysis. Can we understand? Can we actually do that? Early detection using those old techniques, is it possible?
yes. Sometimes, even the pregnancy test goes wrong because they cannot find it in the urine sample with the kit.
Exactly.
Because the
false positive.
Yeah.
False positive.
The hormone has to be that high to be shown in the
Urine.
So it's
So-
actually wrong. Yes, very good.
All of you are very smart, no? Very smart they
Very
become.
smart. Yeah, very
Smart.
Only in my class they tell wrong PYQs and confuse me fully. Like one-
Students, that is a new thing for you, all of you. I was talking to Gopika ma'am. So in the next class of Gopika ma'am, I want everyone to do wrong answers in her class.
They're doing that other ways also. Even if I put the answer, they tell wrong answer. I'm like,
Then ma'am is only contemplate to her.
yeah, and the class, yesterday's class was like 7 hours. My brain cells are definitely not working after like 2-3 hours, and still they're like, ma'am, it's A, B, 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 and answer C. I'm like, People are
Everyone keep doing that. Keep doing that, all of you. Keep doing that.
Okay, if a person is born with a hereditary disease, gene therapy can be taken as a corrective therapy. Okay, gene therapy is a collection of methods that allow correction of gene defect that has been diagnosed in a child and an embryo. Okay, yes, easy. Quickly tell the answer. Quickly. A. Twinkle is sitting and counting and all question. Yes, very good. Because both assertion and reason. I don't know. I just told Twinkle. I didn't say he or she. Yeah. Because I cannot predict. Yeah. Those people have such fancy names. Okay. Now we'll go to some zoology question. Okay. Yes. Animals like annelids, arthropods exhibit bilateral symmetry. Okay. Body can be divided into identical left and right halves in only one plane. So what is basically they're asking the bilateral symmetry's definition. That's all. All of you in the chats, quickly tell me the answer. I'll wait for some time. Animals like annelids, arthropods exhibit bilateral symmetry. Both can be divided into identical left and right halves in one plane. Okay? Very good. Assertion and reason, both are true, and reason is the correct explanation for assertion. Next one. Animal possessing coelom are called as coelomates. Annelids, mollusks, arthropods, echinoderms, hemichordates and chordates are acoelomate. Acoelomate. So you want to tell which is the acoelomate? Okay, tell, is it roundworm or flatworm?
Roundworm.
Shouting to prove himself. Yes, very good. It is wrong because Ascalminthus is the only one that is a acoelomate, right? A pseudo-coelomate, and acoelomate are the starting people, right? So Ascalminthus is the only one which is a pseudo-coelomate, and the other people in the before, right? You have your Platyhelminthes, Porifera, all of that are acoelomate. Okay, here it was acoelomate. Okay, I asked him pseudo-coelomate. Okay, no problem. Va was to remember. Now, those cnidarians which exhibit polyp and medusa, two life forms, okay, exhibit alternation of generation called metagenesis. In Obelia, polyp producing medusa asexually and medusa forms polyp sexually. So how will you remember Poha? Poha is how you will remember the example. Physalia obelia. Yes. So what's the answer? Assertion and reason both are true, and reason is the correct explanation for assertion. Okay, got it? Students, what you will wear for Neet, we will do a video maximum by tomorrow. The video will be out. Okay, do not worry. All your doubts will be clarified in that, because in the live, I cannot clarify all your doubts. But don't worry, by tomorrow, just be a little patient. By tomorrow, the video will be out. Now, the most distinctive feature of echinoderms is the presence of water vascular system. Starfish. Think always echinoderm, starfish you remember, and you remember about the water vascular system with the tube feeds. Remember? Now, water vascular system helps in locomotion, capture, transport of food and respiration. Such an easy question. Come on, all of you answer. Am I giving you time enough to answer? All of you, quickly. Water vascular system, does them help in all of it? Yes, very good. Very good. That is, A is the answer. Assertion, reason, both are true. Now, next question. Arthritis is inflammation of joints. Yesterday we studied this, okay? Gout is inflammation of joints due to accumulation of uric acid crystals, okay? Both are right. But is reason the correct explanation for assertion? That's the question for all of you. Do fast. Okay, I think it's a little delay, but I will just go to the answer. Yes, assertion, reason, both are individually true. But reason is not the correct explanation for assertion, right? You have to explain about the joints. Instead, they have explained about another disorder. Okay, B for biology. Now, visceral muscles have striped appearance under the microscope and hence are called striated muscle. How does visceral muscle look? Visceral muscle, all of you remember, fusiform shaped. Visceral muscle, did they have striation or not? Now, as their activities are under voluntary control of the nervous system, they are known as voluntary muscle. Visceral muscles, if people do not know, those who do not know visceral muscles, those are smooth muscles, okay? That means they are lining in the visceral organs, right? Your internal organs, they are lining, and they are definitely not in our control, okay? So, D will be the answer. That means both the statements are false or wrong. Now, first 7 pairs of ribs, okay? First 7 pairs of ribs are true ribs. Dorsally, they are attached to the thoracic vertebrae and ventrally connected to the sternum with the help of hyaline cartilage. Very, very simple question. Yes or no? First 7 pairs are true ribs. 8, 9 and 10, false ribs. 11th and 12th, floating ribs. Why am I telling it's a false rib? Simple reason is because they are not directly coming in connecting to the sternum. Instead, they are connecting to the cartilage of the 7th rib and connecting to the sternum. Yes? So, answer will be assertion and reason both are true, and the reason is the correct explanation for assertion. Okay? Fine. Awesome. The skull is composed of 2 sets of bones. Cranial bones and facial bones. Total, that means entire skull bones will total up to 28 bones is what they're telling. Cranial bones are 8 in number. Okay, correct. Facial bone is made up of 20 skeletal elements. Yesterday we did, how do we remember? Cranium bones we'll remember by step of, that is 8 of them. In that PT is paired. PT is paired. And facial bones, how many do we have? 14 of them. 14 bones are there. Okay. So what is the answer? Yes, very good. The answer is assertion and reason both are wrong. Okay. Next one. In the resting state, a subunit of troponin masks the active binding site of myosin, okay, on the active filament. So they're telling troponin is masking the active binding site of myosin on the actin. Basically, they're telling troponin is covering the actin. The myosin binding site on the actin. The globular head of actin. When did actin have globular head? Okay, the globular head of actin is an active ATPase enzyme and has binding site for ATP and active site for myosin. My God, question is so beautifully framed. Everyone can get confused. Yes or no? Okay, very good. What's the answer? Assertion is true, but reason is wrong. See, in the resting state, a subunit of troponin mask, correct. Troponin is the one. Troponin and tropomyosin is the one who is actually masking the myosin binding site on the actin. Pakka, agreed. What is it? What is the second one they're telling? Globular head of actin. Actin does not have globular head. Myosin has globular head, right? Myosin has globular head. Okay. Nephridia are a tubular excretory structure of earthworm and other annelids. Okay. Nephridia helps to remove nitrogenous waste and maintains a fluid and ionic balance. Such an easy question. Come on, all of you. Such an easy question. Come on, what is happening? Yes, did correct? Yes. Yes, very good, Sneha. Myosin, correct. Okay. Now, tell me this answer for this. Both are correct, right? Nephridia is a tubular excretory structure in earthworm and other annelids, and they are helping for both osmoregulation and excretion. Okay, awesome. Malfunctioning of kidney can lead to accumulation of urea in the blood, a condition called as uremia, which is highly harmful and may lead to kidney failure. Reason: in such patients, urea can be removed by a process called as hemodialysis or normally dialysis. Okay, again, a very easy direct question. Malfunctioning of kidney can lead to accumulation of urea in the blood. Correct. Condition called as uremia. Okay. Which is highly harmful and may lead to kidney failure. In such patients, urea can be removed by the process of hemodialysis. Now, what is the answer? A. Okay, okay. B is the answer because assertion and reason both are true, but reason is not the correct explanation. Students, this is the assertion. So what are they supposed to explain? They're supposed to explain how uremia happened. How did accumulation of urea happen in that person's body? How did malfunctioning of kidney happen? Here they're giving solution for it. So it's wrong. Okay, B is the answer. Assertion and reason both are true, but reason is not the correct explanation for assertion. Now, atrial natriuretic factor, that is ANF mechanism, acts as a check-on to your RAS mechanism. RAS mechanism. Here, renin-angiotensin aldosterone mechanism. Okay, aldosterone mechanism. Reason: ANF can cause vasodilation and thereby decrease the blood pressure. When do we use RAS mechanism? We use RAS mechanism when the BP is low, blood volume is low, when the GFR rate is low. And antagonistic to that, who is going to help? ADH is going to help. Here they are talking about ANF, which is going to work completely antagonist to RAS and ADH. Yes? Did I tell it right? Full. Yes, assertion and reason both are true, and the reason is the correct explanation for assertion. Awesome, awesome. Now, renin converts angiotensinogen to angiotensin 1 and further to angiotensin 2, which increase the GFR. Okay, problem they're talking about. Now, angiotensin 2 increase the glomerular blood pressure and also activates the adrenal cortex to release aldosterone and thereby GFR. Aldosterone will do what? It will do conditional reabsorption of water, conditional reabsorption of Na and H2O. Na plus and H2O. What's the answer? What's the answer? Perfect. Assertion and reason both are true, and reason is the correct explanation for assertion. Now, an excessive loss of fluid from the body stimulate the hypothalamus, okay, to release antidiuretic hormone or vasopressin from the neurohypophysis. So, you know, again, it's divided into adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis. That means pituitary gland, other word is hypophysis, and pituitary gland is divided into adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis. Adenohypophysis have your pars distalis and pars intermedia. Okay, right? And your neurohypophysis have your pars nervosa. So here they're telling ADH facilitates water reabsorption from the latter parts of the tubules. What's the answer? What's the answer? Okay, very good. Assertion and reason both are true, and the reason is the correct explanation. See, if you know concepts, no assertion and reasoning, you can answer very easily. With concepts, you should also be thorough with NCERT. So you can see this is all a true example of knowing the concept. If you know chemical coordination, if you know pituitary gland, how it's working, where it is going, what it is doing, you're sorted, right? So NCRT very important, and learning the concept very important. Next one. Tubular secretion helps in maintenance of ionic and acidic balance of the body fluids. Tubular secretion, what are they talking about? Urine formation, last step. We have glomerular filtration, tubular reabsorption, tubular secretion, right? Yesterday's class we learned. And why haven't you people commented on yesterday's class? Huh? Excuse me? What is this behavior? All of you, I'm watching. Okay? Yes. During urine formation, the tubular cells secrete substances like H plus, potassium and ammonia into the filtrate. Again, yesterday this sentence was there. Okay? So all of you tell me, tubular secretion helps in maintenance of ionic and acidic balance of the body fluids. During urine formation, the tubular cells secrete substances like hydrogen, potassium and ammonia into the filtrate. Very good. Assertion and reason both are true, and reason is the correct explanation. Next one. The Malpighian corpuscles, PCT and DCT of the nephron are situated in the cortical region of the kidney. Okay? Cortical region of the kidney. In the cortical nephron, the loop of Henle is very long and runs deep into the medulla. Cortical nephron is the one which has short loop or long loop, students? Which is the one which has short loop? Come on, all of you, quickly. Yes? Okay, very good. That is, assertion is true, but reason is completely wrong. Okay, reason is completely wrong. Okay, that is, juxtamedullary nephron is the one that has a long loop of Henle. Juxtamedullary nephron is the one that has a long loop of Henle. Okay, got it? Yes, awesome. Now, next one. Each kidney has nearly 1 million complex tubular structures called nephrons, which are functional units. The functional and structural unit of kidney is nephron. Okay, now, nephrons begin with a double-walled cup-like structure called the Bowman's capsule, which encloses the glomerulus. Okay, which encloses the glomerulus. So, what's the answer? Each kidney has nearly 1 million complex tubular structures called nephrons, which are functional units. Okay, nephrons begins with a double-walled cup-like structure called Bowman's capsule, enclosed with glomerulus. But what is the connection? Okay, so assertion is true, but reason is wrong. Nephrons begin with a walled cup-like structure called Bowman's capsule, which encloses the glomerulus. Which is the answer? Why have all of you told B, yaar? What does nephron start with? What does nephron start with? All of you tell me in the chat. Assertion is true, but reason is wrong. This is how the nephron is happening, right? Glomerulus is there, and then the Bowman's capsule is there, and then the tubules are extending. Okay? Now, ammonia, urea and uric acid are the major forms of the nitrogenous waste excreted by the animals. Okay? Ammonia is the most toxic form and requires large amount of water for its elimination. Yes, individually the statements are correct, but otherwise are they the right explanation? Okay, are they the right explanation? Yes, ulta. The before question was supposed to be ulta. Very good. All of you tell. Trapped, it seems. It's okay. Mistakes. You're learning. That's why the sessions are done, to learn from your mistakes. Okay? Yes. Assertion and reason, like I told you, both are true, but reason is not the correct explanation, right? This is not the explanation. Here they're talking about ammonia. Now, a special neural center in the medulla oblongata can moderate the cardiac function through autonomic nervous system. Neural signals through the sympathetic nervous can decrease the rate of heartbeat, speed of conduction of action potential, and thereby the cardiac output. Okay, what are they telling? A special neural central in the medulla oblongata can moderate the cardiac function through autonomic, your ANS. Neural signals through the sympathetic nerves can decrease the rate of heartbeat, speed of conduction of action potential, and thereby the cardiac output. Try, what is the answer? Very good. C is the answer. Assertion is true, but reason is wrong. Everyone got it right? Everyone got it right? Yes, reason is false. Correct, correct. Reason is false. Neural signals through the sympathetic nerves can decrease the rate of heartbeat, speed of conduction of action potential, and thereby the cardiac output. Yesterday only we learned this. Yesterday we learned this. So reason is wrong. Now, human heart is myogenic. The nodal musculature has the ability to generate the action potential without an external stimuli, and that it is auto-excitable and is responsible for maintaining the rhythmic contractile activity of the heart. My God, so much English they have put, so much English. Okay, full Shakespeare's English they have put, students. Human heart is called myogenic. Okay, ma'am, we agree. The nodal musculature has the ability to generate, and yes, the nodal systems generate an action potential without an external stimuli, auto-excitable, and is responsible. Yesterday also we learned, no, how do they make those electric currents, or how do they actually make the heart beat? It's because of your SA node, AV node, bundle of His and Purkinje fibers, right? So here, what's the answer? Very good. A is the answer. Both are correct and reason is perfect. Closed circulatory system is considered to be more advantageous. Okay, why? Because reason, blood pumped by the heart is always circulated through a closed network of blood vessels, and the flow of fluid can be more precisely regulated. The question is, baby. Yes, say A for amazing, Gopika ma'am. Too difficult to type, I know. So don't worry, students, just type A. Yes, awesome, awesome, very good, very good. Okay, both are true and both are the explanation. Now, factors for coagulation or clotting of the blood are also present in the plasma in active form. Okay, blood without plasma is called serum. Yes, I totally agree. Now, answer this and also answer me, which are the factors that are secreted by the platelets? The number I want. Yesterday I taught you this. Which are the factors given out by the platelets? 2 factors are given out by the platelets out of 13 factors. Okay, so tell the answer for this quickly. After this, tell me the answer for this. Very important to know. Which are the factors? Okay, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, everything they tell. Okay, tell me the answer for this platelets also fast. Waiting. I feel many students are leaving because they are getting demotivated that they're not able to answer. But students, this is how, even if you're doing mistake, I saw a lot of students doing mistake, but it's okay. You learn from your mistakes, no? So don't get demotivated. Don't be like, oh, I'm not able to answer anything, I'll just leave. Maybe 1 question will come from here, maybe 5 questions will come from the entire thing. Easy, 20 marks, right? So tell me this. Yaar, jaldi tell. Platelets, which is the factor? Factor 3 and factor 13. Factor 3 and factor 13. You can Roman numbers, okay? Factor 13. No one knows the answer, or maybe the plasma. Okay, let's see the answer. Answer is assertion and reason. Both are wrong. Okay, both are wrong. No, not thrombokinase. Not thrombokinase. See, factors for coagulation or clotting of blood are also present in the plasma in an active form. They are in the inactive form. Only if calcium is there, they will become active. Yes or no? That is why in blood banks, they put sodium oxalate to remove the calcium or to trap the calcium so that it remains in an inactive form. Yes? Now, because it's a cascade of reaction and each step, there should be intake of calcium to make it active. Fine, next one. Blood without plasma. Blood without plasma is called serum. Oh, did I put tick for that? I'm so sorry. It is basically blood without fibrinogen. Blood without fibrinogen is called serum. Okay? I'm sorry. Yeah? Yeah, inactive form. Yes. Fine. Did we tell the answer for this? Done, no? Yeah. Chalo. Hypothalamus lies at the base of the thalamus of the brain. It contains a number of centers which control body temperature, urge for eating and drinking. Okay, eating and drinking. Yes, 3 and 13, that 2 factors are released by the platelets. All the factors are released by the liver. Okay. Yes, fibrinogen. That means the plasma without fibrinogen is called your serum, not blood. I did not see that early. Blood. Okay. From here, nice reflection is coming. Sometimes I just go blind reading. Yes. All of you. What's the answer? B is the answer. Assertion and reason both are true, but reason is not the correct explanation. Okay. Yes, next one. The myelinated nerve fibers are enveloped with Schwann cells, because Schwann cells is the one which release the myelin sheath, right? Which form a myelin sheath around the axon. Unmyelinated nerve fibers is enclosed by Schwann cells that does not form a myelin sheath around the axon. Is this correct? No ways is this correct. What, ma'am? Why? Let's see. Yes, assertion and reason both are true, but reason is not the correct explanation for assertion. Unmyelinated nerve fibers is enclosed by Schwann cells that does not form a myelin sheath around the axon. But here what are they telling? They're talking about myelinated sheath. So this is both a contradictory statement. Okay, very good. Most of it will be awesome. Now, steroid hormones like iodothyronins, etc. mostly regulate gene expression or chromosome function by interaction of hormone receptor complex with the genome. It does, one second students, I can't see. It does not enter the target cell, so interact with the membrane bound. See, it does not enter the target cell. So they interact with the membrane bound receptors. Remember when we studied your receptor entry, we studied that there is lipid soluble and lipid insoluble ones, and I had given you a box of lipid insoluble ones and lipid soluble ones. So try to solve this. Okay, some are telling B, some are telling A. What is the answer? C. Assertion is true, but reason is wrong. It does not enter the target cell, so interact with the membrane bound receptor. Which are we talking about? Steroid hormones. Yes, very good. Some of you got it C. Very good. Awesome. Sweetie, Mickey. C. Okay. Students, this and all, see, this is all kuti examples which is given in your textbook. When we studied that receptors, no, in chemical coordination, they have given some solid, lipid soluble, one lipid insoluble. Lipid soluble ones can directly enter through the plasma membrane because it's a bilipid layer. But lipid insoluble ones, there will be receptors outside. They will bind to the receptors with the help of a CAM, a CAMP or anything. They will try to enter inside. Right. So that is what is happening. So you have to know these examples properly, otherwise you will not be able to answer. Now, atrial natriuretic factor decreases blood pressure, ANF. Okay. When blood pressure is increased, ANF is secreted, which causes the dilation of blood vessel. Okay. Next bio class. It's coming. Process on the way. Students, give us time to breathe also, yeah. Yesterday we left here at 11. Today we are here again. Give little, what is that? Humanity you should show. They're asking when is bio class. Today only we'll take a, no, humanity only for them. Our bio class marathon.
Students, we'll announce, no?
What do you want to announce?
Block 2.
No, don't announce. No,
suspense.
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 Yeah.
Okay. Students, the block 2 is very suspense.
Good, that's it. Natriuretic factor. Students, you will not remember NCRT lines until you read it multiple times. There is no, shortcut for it. Maybe 100 people will make videos for views telling that this is the best, tarika to learn NCRT lines. There is no tarika, students. You only have to read it. Okay, you have to make your reading so strong that it happens. Okay, did you all like the session? Yeah, telling. Did you like and subscribe to the session? I'm gonna start being angry. I can be angry, okay? Don't underestimate the power of a common teacher. Okay, assertion and reason both are true, and reason is the correct explanation. Now, aldosterone helps in the maintenance of the electrolyte, body fluid volume, osmotic. Ma'am, what?
May 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 days before the bio.
Obviously. Obviously, Aman. Full day, night, evening, no timing only. Clock and all, we don't even want. Aldosterone helps in the maintenance of electrolytes, body fluid volume, osmotic pressure, and blood pressure. Aldosterone acts mainly at the renal tubules and stimulate the reabsorption of sodium and water and excretion of potassium and phosphate ions. Okay? Yes. Tell me quickly. Okay. Let's see. Very good. Perfect. Proud of you people. Okay, assertion and reason both are true, and reason is the correct explanation. Now, hypothyroidism during pregnancy causes abnormal physical, mental, and sexual development. Thyroid hormones play an important role in regulation of the basal metabolic rate. Perfect. Yes or no? Yes or no? Thank you so much. We know we have a lot of students from Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, some from Kerala, some from Bangalore. So many people we have. So, okay. No, but I want to be angry because you people are not subscribing and liking the session. Okay. Yes. Tell the answer quickly. B. Okay, chalo, let's see. A. Students, hypothyroidism during pregnancy causes abnormal physical, mental, sexual development. That means metabolic, see, basal metabolic rate is changed, right? Metabolic, yes. Yes, yes, B, A. Okay, some of them got it right. Very good, A. In females, oxytocin responsible for childbirth, milk ejection from the mammary glands. Oxytocin acts on smooth muscles and stimulate their contraction. Do they do that? Do they do that? Vanakkam pasangala eppidi irukkinge. See, every day I have to tell this 2 sentences only. I have to learn new. You people are not teaching me. You're not teaching me sentences only. It's okay, twinkle, twinkle, little star. It's okay. Silly mistakes happen. With practice, you will learn from the silly mistakes. Okay. Lot of them are making mistakes. There's not even one student in this many students who are doing everything right. One or here and there mistakes happen. That's how you'll learn. Okay. Yes. Very good. Awesome. A. Students, see. Childbirth. Contraction should happen. Okay, relaxation should happen. Milk ejection. Again, some muscle movements have to happen. So how can it not be the correct explanation? Okay. Pituitary, pineal, thyroid, adrenal, pancreas, parathyroid, thymus, gonads are organized endocrine bodies in our body. Gastrointestinal tract like liver, kidney, heart also produces hormone. Okay. Yes, it is milk ejection, dear. Prolactin they haven't told. Okay. A for Ames. G, ma'am. Yeah, I really like that. G, ma'am. Vanakkam, vanakkam pasangala. Nalla irukingala. Sapitingala. Yes. Chalo, let's see. B. Ajojo. Why did you people tell C? Let's see. Students, gastrointestinal tract, liver, kidney, heart. They don't secrete, huh? What are you people telling? This one. Your GIT. GIT releases enzymes. What are they talking about? Yeah, produces hormones. Liver, kidney, JG cells. Releases erythropoietin. Heart, ANF. Atrial natriuretic factor. Liver, ACE. Angiotensin converting enzyme. No, lens. That is lungs. Liver, which one was that? Come on, all of you tell me liver. So they release, no, we studied it separately. Yes, all of you tell me. GIT done, kidney done, heart done, ANF, okay. Students, they're not asking if it's endocrine or exocrine. What are they asking? GIT, gastro. The only mixed gland is pancreas and gonads. Okay. Here the question is gastrointestinal tract, liver, kidney, heart also produces hormone. They're asking, do they produce hormone? So here the answer is assertion, reason, both are true, but reason is not the correct explanation. Yes or no? Yes or no? Cyclo. Yes, gastric, correct. Perfect. Gastrin. Remember gastrin, CCK. Yeah, now suddenly it clicked for me. Gastrin, CCK. Thank you. Sometimes you know what happens? So many topics will be there, we'll forget off. Gastrin, CCK. Again, your JG cells is there, ANF is there, right? Okay. Chalo. Sickle cell anemia is caused due to change of one amino acid in the beta chain of the hemoglobin. Okay, it is a point mutation and occurs due to the change of single base pair. Okay, change of single base pair. Yes, choleocytokinin. Now I remember suddenly CCK. I was thinking CSK. I don't know for what reason I was thinking CSK. Yesterday's I think IPL ka hangover. Angiotensinogen, again, liver cells will form angiotensinogen and drop it in the plasma. Okay, but here in your textbook, when we studied the chemical coordination, CCK is given, gastrin is given, your erythropoietin is given, JG cells release erythropoietin, then again ANF is given. So we are talking about that. Okay, actually many are released, but NCRT based we are talking. Okay, fine. Assertion and reason both are true and the reason is the correct explanation. Baswa sir is not here, students, so I will do this. Baswa sir is going out and chilling. Again, he went to put makeup. I will call him, students.
Yo, how is everyone doing? Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I was a little busy, preoccupied by drinking tea. So,
Spilling tea.
so are we ready, students? Are we ready to do? What happened, ma'am? Yes.
No, we have some tanker boy in there.
Tanker boy. Who is the tanker boy?
We have water crisis. Please send a lot of tanker to Bangalore.
Yeah, ma'am. Water. You want water?
Yeah, please.
Take water, ma'am. Students, are you ready to do botany sum now? Are you ready to do some botany questions now? Tell me in the chat quickly. Are you ready? Can we start some botany questions? Can we? Students, let us know in the chat quickly if the presentation is visible because it's much more of a white background and it gets reflected sometimes. So let me know in the chat if the background is clearly visible to all of you as well as my voice is clear to all of you. Yes? Yes. Ready? Now students, I will be doing questions from your AIMS. These are the questions from your AIMS 2004-2011. So are you ready to solve AIMS level question in your exam for your examination? And students, if you are able to solve these questions right here, the AIMS level questions, you are set. If you are able to solve such questions, Neet questions will be like your child's play. So are you ready? Show some energy in the chat, green hearts in the chat, fire in the chat to solve AIMS level question to get into AIMS. Ready? Ready, students? Ready? Students tell we are ready or shall we start? Obviously, I want the energy from students. I want the enthusiasm from students. I want that hunger from our students that yes, they are ready to learn from us. They are ready to gain knowledge. They are ready to solve the questions and they are ready to become a doctor. Yes? Show some energy in the chat, all of you. Quick. Ready to be a doctor? If you're ready to be a doctor, this is the first step into becoming a doctor. That is solving questions. And we have questions here from your AIMS previous year questions, not Neet PYQ. These are your AIMS PYQ. All of you, AIMS OP in the chat. All of you, AIMS OP in the chat. AIMS OP in the chat, all of you. So if you want to get into AIMS, these are the questions which you need to be able to solve also at this point. Yes? Yes. Hunger is there? Yes, hunger is there for chicken biryani, you'll tell now. Okay. The first question here, ready? Read the question with me. Answer the question with me. The first question is the red algae. The red algae contributes in producing coral reefs. Yes. Red algae is called as your rhodophyceae. Yes, ma'am. Red algae is called as your rhodophyceae members. Do they contribute to the coral reefs? If yes, like the video. If yes, like the video already. some red algae secrete and deposit calcium carbonate over their walls. Now students, all of you know the coral reefs are made up of your red algae, and these red algae have a separate coating around them called the calcium carbonate. So is the answer correct? Is the answer option number A? If yes, quickly everyone, A for aims in the chat. Yes, A for aims in the chat, all of you. Yes, A for aims in the chat. Next question, all of you. The members of Phaeophyce. Tell me in the chat, Phaeophyce means which particular group? Is it brown algae? Is it green algae? Or is it red algae? Quickly in the chat. The members of Phaeophyce vary in color from olive green to various shades of brown. Right? The olive green to various shades of brown. Phaeophyce possesses chlorophyll A, chlorophyll C, carotenoids, and xanthophyll. Yes. What is the answer, all of you? What is the answer? Is it option number A? Is it option number B? Is it option number C or D? In the chat quickly. Yes, it's going to be your A for aims, all of you. A for aims. Yes, that is, the assertion is correct as well as the reason is correct. Now students, are you able to solve these questions? If yes, and I hope if you're able to solve this question, you get into aims this year. That is my hope from my side. Hopefully you keep up. Hopefully you keep it up. Next question. AIMS 2006 question, students. AIMS 2006 questions here. AIMS 2016 question, sorry. AIMS 2016 question, all of you. Let me read the question, solve it before I complete reading it. A simple leaf has undivided lamina. A simple leaf has undivided lamina. Reason, leaves showing pinnately and palmately venations have various types of incisions. Yes? Yes, are you ready? Are you ready, all of you? What is the answer? Quickly in the chat. See, you know, simple leaf will have, this is your simple leaf. Does it have incisions? Yes, it will have incisions. But will the incisions touch the midrib? Tell me in the chat. In case of a simple rib, the incisions will not touch the midrib. Yes, it will not touch the midrib. Correct. What about leaf showing pinnately and palmately compound leaf? Do they touch the midrib? Yes. Students, if this is your compound leaf, the incisions are touching the midrib. Yes, incisions are touching the midrib. Now, can anyone in the chat tell me, any smart one in the chat tell me, what is this called as? What is the stalk of your inflorescence here called as? Type in the chat. Stalk of your compound leaf called as, not inflorescence. Stalk of inflorescence is your peduncle, not for your syllabus. What is this stalk of your compound leaf? That is, here assertion and reason both are correct, but this is not explaining, reason is not explaining the assertion. Reason is not explaining the assertion. Next question, all of you. Yes. Bulliform cells are useful in rolling of leaves. Yes. Have you noticed a particular leaf? If you have noticed let's say grass, any type of grass, or you can tell, when I say grass, I mean your wheat or your rice leaf, wheat plant and rice plant leaf. See, if you're from a village like me, you would have noticed in the fields a particular leaf of a rice or a wheat will roll inwards. Tell me in the chat, have you noticed the leaf of your wheat as well as your wheat and rice? The leaves will roll inwards. Yes. Now, why do they do it? Because of a colorless, large cells called as your bulliform cells. Yes. That is, bulliform cells store water. Now, when bulliform cells lose the water, what happens? When the bulliform cells lose the water, the leaf will curl inwards. The leaf will curl inwards. Yes. I think this is supposed to be A. There's a mistake. There's a mistake here. It is A. A mistake here. It's A option. Okay. Now, coenzymes serve as cofactors in number of different enzyme catalyzed reaction. Yes, different coenzymes serve as cofactors. Coenzymes are serving as cofactors in number of different enzymes catalyzed by reaction. Reason, coenzymes and prosthetic groups are cofactors. Tell me in the chat quickly. Tell me quickly. Coenzymes serve as cofactor. Coenzymes are serving as cofactor in number of different enzyme catalyzed reaction. Yes, all of us know that. All of us know that. Coenzymes and prosthetic groups are cofactors. Yes. Students, this is correct. This is also correct. But do you think coenzymes serve as cofactor in a number of different enzymatic reaction? But in the reason, are they explaining why are they enzymatic reaction? Are they answering why are they enzymatic reaction? No. So answer number B. Not A for AIMS, B for biology, or everyone in the chat. Next question. Dark reaction occurs only in night. Tell me in the chat, does the dark reaction only happens in night time? Is it a misnomer? Yes, it is a misnomer. Dark reaction occurs only at night in the stroma of the chloroplast. Tell me, does it happen only in the night? No. Reason, CO2 fixation occurs only during C3 cycle. Tell me in the chat, do you see C3 cycle in the case of your C4 plants? Tell me, in C3 cycle, do you see the C cycle in C4 plants? Yes. In C3 cycle is noticed in your C4 plants also. So what is the answer? Tell me, check quickly. All of you know the answer by now? All of you know the answer by now? Yes. It is your option number D, that is both assertion and reason. Both assertion and reason, both are wrong. Both are wrong. Right? Next question. Each molecule of ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate, that is RUBP, fixes one molecule of CO2. Okay. Reason, 3 molecules of NADPH and 2 molecules of ATP are required for fixation of 1 molecule of CO2. Yes, tell me in the chat. Students, we know, if you know this complete C3 cycle, there is a requirement of not 3, 2 NADPH. There's requirement of 2 NADPH, but requirement of 3 ATP. Requirement of 3 ATP, right? In 3 cycles. Correct? Yes. What is the answer now? That is both assertion and reason is incorrect. Right? Each molecule of ribulose 1,5 bisphosphate fixes 1 molecule of CO2. Oh, it's supposed to be C. One thing, students, it has to be C. Someone has made a mistake here. It has to be C. Yes, 1 RUB fixes 1 CO2. So many mistakes are there, no? It is C, students. Calm down, it is C. Calm down. Next question. Glycolysis is the first step of respiration in which glucose completely breaks into CO2 and H2O. Tell me in the chat. In glycolysis, in the case of your glycolysis, is the first step in respiration. Yes. In which glucose is completely broken to CO2? No. Why no? Why no? Can Mona tell me in the chat why is the first assertion wrong here? Because all of you know glycolysis is not complete oxidation. Glycolysis is not complete oxidation. Glycolysis is called as what? Partial oxidation. It is called as what? Partial oxidation. Now, in this process, there is a net gain of 24 molecules of ATP. Do we get 24 molecules of ATP? All of us know the net gain of ATP in the case of your glycolysis is dash. Tell me, what is the net gain of ATP in your glycolysis in the chat quickly? Students, this is also wrong. Can anyone tell me in the chat? What is the net gain of ATP in your glycolysis? And students, remember your glycolysis is partial oxidation. It is partial oxidation. Now I can ask you a question. Why? Why do we call it partial oxidation? The answer is very simple, students. The reason we call it as partial oxidation is because in your glycolysis, do you see release of CO2? Do you see release of CO2 in your glycolysis? No, you do not see release of CO2. Hence, it is called as your partial oxidation. And students, the number of ATP is going to be your 8. Net gain of ATP, oh my god. I'm talking about net gain of ATP, including your NADH. Students, they're asking you, I'm asking you, what is the net gain of ATP in your glycolysis? I'm not asking you what is the net gain of substrate level of ATP. So students, there's a difference. Let me clear it today. Let me clear it for you. If a question comes, net gain of ATP. The complete net gain of ATP is going to be your 8 ATP. Net gain, complete ATP gain, including conversion of your NADH, is going to be your 8 ATP. Okay. Now, if you get a question something like, what is the substrate level gain of ATP? Now, if this is the question, what is the substrate level gain of ATP, substrate level phosphorylation? Then it is 2 ATP. Okay, then it is 2 ATP. Clear? 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 Will you remember this? Will you remember this? Remember, students, substrate level means directly from glucose itself we are getting some ATP. That is substrate level ATP, not conversion of your NADPH to ATP. Okay, the net gain of entire ATP from your glycolysis is going to be 8 ATP. But when you talk about substrate level phosphorylation, that is going to be 2 ATP. Okay, substrate level is going to be 2 ATP. Remember that very well. Okay, now students. Correct. Next question. The inner membrane of mitochondria contains systems involving electron transport. Yes, contains electron transport. All of you know the ETC, electron transport chain. ETC, electron transport chain, happens in your inner mitochondrial membrane. Inner mitochondrial membrane, right? The mitochondrial matrix contains enzymes for Krebs cycle. Yes, it contains enzymes for your Krebs cycle, because Krebs cycle actually happens in your matrix region. Yes, so can I tell what is the answer now? Let me wait for 10 seconds. Let me wait for 10 seconds, all of you. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Answer, students. Remember, students, this is also correct. I don't know. Subhashini, remember, Subhashini, your Krebs cycle happens where? Krebs cycle happens in your matrix, right? So, no. Krebs cycle happens in your mitochondria. Either mitochondria. See, okay, this is going to be wrong, I guess. The mitochondrial Krebs cycle, I don't know why this they have given here. Mitochondrial matrix contains your enzymes for Krebs cycle. Yes, it contains enzymes, but the other enzymes are in your mitochondria, inside your mitochondrial matrix. Okay, mitochondrial matrix only, correct? Mitochondrial matrix is correct only. Mitochondrial matrix. Only and only your glycolysis happens in your cytoplasm. Okay, in your cytoplasm. Entire Krebs cycle as well as your oxidative decarboxylation link reaction as well as your both of them happens in a matrix. Let me write down for you so you never forget. See here, that's all. Glycolysis, cytoplasm, Krebs cycle, mitochondrial matrix, link reaction, mitochondrial matrix, etc., inner mitochondrial membrane. That's it. Done. Remember this, you're set. Next question. Glycolysis occurs in the cytoplasm. Enzymes for glycolysis are found in your cytoplasm. It is common in your aerobic as well as your anaerobic respiration. All of us know your glycolysis. All of you know the glycolysis happens in your aerobic bacteria, anaerobic bacteria, animals, plants, as well as your humans, everything. aerobic bacteria, anaerobic bacteria, and everywhere glycolysis happens. So what is the answer here? What is the answer here? It's going to be your option number A. Glycolysis occurs in the cytoplasm. Yes, and it is glycolysis are found in your cytoplasm. It is common here. It is see and clear. Next question. Auxin helps in prevent fruit and leaf drop at early stages. Yes. See students, remember auxin has dual function. Auxin has dual function in younger plants as well as in older plants. In older plants. In younger plants and older plants, auxin will act very differently. In younger plants, it will prevent abscission. But in older plants, in older parts of a plant or older parts, it will promote abscission. It is promoting abscission. Now what is the answer? Tell me in the chat quickly. Option number B. Clear? Before biology? Before. Karthik in black magic, angel of death, the Shinigami, right? Next question. In Mirabilis, selfing of F1 pink flower plants produces same phenotypic and genotypic ratio. That is, in the case of your incomplete dominance, can I tell phenotypic ratio is equal to genotypic ratio? Yes. Phenotypic ratio is equal to genotypic ratio. Yes. Reason, flower color gene shows incomplete dominance. It shows incomplete dominance. Yes, incomplete dominance. So option number A. It is explaining the reason. Why do we get 1:2:1 ratio? Right? Why do we get 1:2:1 ratio? Next question, students. Tropical rainforests are disappearing fast from developing countries like India. In developing countries like India, if you notice, even in Bangalore, right, many of the forest regions, many of the trees have been cut down for developing. Yes. No value is attached to these forests because they are poor in biodiversity. Do you think the reason is correct? Do you think forests have no real value? Do you think forests are waste? No. The reason is going to be wrong here. Oh, I think some of the questions are missed. Yes, students. Yumiko, what is the comment did you say? I think I missed the comment here and there. Students, any doubt here? Students, remember this, okay? Glycolysis, cytoplasm. Krebs cycle, mitochondrial matrix. Link reaction, mitochondrial matrix. ATC, inner mitochondrial membrane. Remember that, okay? I think there it is. I think that's all. Should I call Shreyas, sir? One second, students.
Okay, so how was it, guys? Did you like the session? Do you want more such sessions? Everyone in the chat box.
Sir, give tips to increase mark in mock test. Students, I'll tell you, for mock test, there's one trick I'll tell you, ma'am. I've always been telling that. There is one thing which is actually reducing your mark, that is going to be your negative marking. Right, ma'am? For NEET examination, negative marking is going to be the biggest thing. And I'll tell you why the biggest thing is negative marking, because when you're sitting in the examination hall and you're 70% sure that this is the right answer, but you're 30% back of the mind, you know it is a wrong answer. Now what will go in your mind that time? What if I make this correct right? What if I make it right? I'll get 4 marks. What if I make it wrong?
I'll get -1.
Only -1. But if I make correct, 4 marks. Students, that's how your rank will come down. That one mark right, it gets accumulated. -1. And how do you overcome this, ma'am? There is a simple trick to overcome this, that is mock test. So what you need to do is solve 2 mock tests in a same day. Same day, solve 2 mock tests. In the first mock test, you need to do your method. That is, what if I make it 4 marks? What if it's wrong, only 1 minus 1? But in the second mock test, do only the questions which are 100% correct. Then see your result. You will notice that when you are solving the questions, only when you know, you will actually get more marks.
Exactly.
Then, so do that method and see if it works out for you. And finally, you can take it away from your mind. You know, that inside that feeling is right. What if I made correct 4 marks? Because it just happened to us.
Yeah, and accumulation of all this -1 will give you more negative marking. You'll be like, oh my god, where did I lose marks? Because
That's when
only -1.
Minus one.
-1. What will happen?
Together, you will lose so many marks.
There are
So many marks.
Small drops make big ocean.
Yeah. That
what
we
do you
were
remember?
छोटे बूंद बूंद से दरिया बनता है.
that
Don't make me ask
that
that.
yeah, I don't. So students, do that, try it once, and hopefully your negative marking can come down, and that will help you in your mock test preparation also.
Right.
And then one more thing about mock test is that you will have entire set of questions there, and there might be some chapters you might not have done, and that's where your marks will actually go down. So try to attempt mock test where you can do customized mock test. And where can you do that, ma'am?
Only on our Vedantu Neet English platform. That is your VLC.
That's on VLC, students. If you join the VLC, where you will be able to do customized mock test, where you can choose the chapter which you only know. Right.
Some students like, this is my weak chapter. This is where this is where I do maximum mistakes. So
Exactly.
pick that chapter and solve the mock test for that chapter.
Yes.
Right. So students, do that.
Students, no black magic will work, no magic will work, studies only will work.
Yeah, no black magic.
Otherwise, everywhere, every nook and corner, there'll be one doctor standing.
Exactly.
There will be no value of teachers. There will be value of black magic doers.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but we have a magic kit if you want, that will definitely work.
Oh, that magic, it will help. That is the real magic. That magic is going to be your real magic, students.
Yeah.
Go check it out. Link is in the description. And students, apart from mock test, you need to do like a test series. You need to dedicate a test series, ma'am.
Yes. Please do our All India mock test series. That is completely free. And the link is in the description. That is the only link in the description. No, it's the crash course link. Down, we will pin the link right now. Okay?
Someone is asking me very Shreyas. Shreyas sir is actually live on the channel.
Yeah.
Shreyas sir is live on JE. Because you know, right? Shreyas sir has JE to take care of, Neet to take care of.
And us to take care of
And us also to take care of.
the babies.
Uh,
So it's basically a daycare that is running.
So you might have noticed when Shreyas sir is here, all three go crazy.
So yes.
So
Yes, students.
yeah. So there it is. Oh, Gopika, my madam is in the chat, ma'am. Cool.
Ooh. Thank you, students. Thank you.
What
is wrong? I did not tell any of
Okay, students, this test series is going to be completely free, so there's nothing we can see. We tell you, right, there's a small proverb that you can give everything to a donkey. You can give it, you can take the donkey to the water, but you cannot make the donkey drink the water. And I'm not calling you donkey, but all I'm telling you is you can make a person, tell them how much to do this, do that. We can give you notes, we can give you lectures, we can give you everything. But it's up to you in the end of the day that you are utilizing it. So you can make the donkey go, like, stand near the water and drink the water.
horse.
You can say about human also.
Horse, I don't remember, ma'am.
I don't know horse, but also about humans. I can give you, I'm feeling like I'm starving, ma'am. Give me some food. I can cook for you. Like, I'll give you that food. But after that, I'll say, okay, this is your bite. Take that bite.
Even
but
if you
have to do that. I can
even
say,
swallow
okay,
also should also do, right?
Your teeth only can work. Your
Exactly.
brain only can work. This you have to do it yourself.
Exactly.
This is like that. 2 germs in the life boy had who's continuously talking.
I didn't understand you.
Her imagination is next level.
What are you imagining? Germs, it's in Lysol.
And
Life boy.
Both are like the life boy had after doing 99.9%. 2 germs will be dancing. No? Like that you people are telling horse, donkey, chew and all that.
Oh God.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Senseless.
I think Gopika ma'am needs to rest. Ma'am, please take some rest. Please go sit somewhere, drink some water. Or we'll ask Shreyas to bring you more water. Huh? Ma'am has lost it.
Okay. Sorry, students.
No, just ignore. Students are laughing.
Students understood. Students understand my language better than you both understand my language.
That is not language. You are like go.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
student, this is how we are outside the screen all the time, running behind Shreyas sir, making Shreyas sir do things.
Okay.
Okay, students.
Yes, ma'am, we understood. Oh.
Okay, students, there it is. The fun part is always there, students. If you don't enjoy what you're doing, there's no point in doing. So there's always fun part to what we do.
And I think we are also doing this to give you that small chill. It's not like we always want to have fun and we do not. You'll be like, ma'am, we are so close to Neet. How can you laugh or how can you not have it? Like, why do you have emotions?
Be a robot, ma'am.
Be a robot and be very serious.
Just be there.
Teach. But all this is making you actually take a break. See, now you have sat with us for 3 hours or 4 hours of this class, and this last 10 minutes you're laughing with us, and it will really, really help you to do the next 4 hours of your lecture smoothly.
So this was a small break so you can refresh your mind. And now I want every one of you to actually solve more questions or go right now. Focus on a 1 week subject today. 1 week topic today. Go do it today. That's from our side.
Awesome.
Right?
Okay. So thank you so much,
Thank you so much,
for
students.
all the love on the chats. We can see a lot of Diksha ma'am army, Gopika ma'am army.
Dinakarwan Singh Baswa sir army. No Baswa sir army.
Okay. So we
So-
can see.
So
Yes,
students.
thank you so much for your love. Every single message you drop, every single comment you drop, we always feel so proud. So so happy that we really cannot express. I think ma'am had made a short, no? How we actually replied to the
Actually,
comments.
we feel so.
I think we smile for longer time.
Yeah.
There are days when I feel really demotivated and I just open my previous lectures and see the comments and I'm like, my God.
You know
It's all
what?
worth
I
it.
have taken the screenshot of their
Yeah, me
messages,
too.
big names. Whenever I feel low, I just go through that.
Yeah,
I'm
me
doing
too.
something
Yesterday
good.
also I got a big message from Mona and I've taken a screenshot and I'm like showing to all my relatives, family. I'm like, see what they're saying.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah,
how we are.
this
We are
is the-
still kids by heart.
What is
Very
the
close
parrot?
to our
Parrot is
heart.
going on the
Oh,
side.
that is you, green, your photo animal.
Why?
Okay,
That's a mixture of both. Mixture of both.
Chalo.
Okay then, bye bye.
Bye.
Take care, students. All the best.